Hey, hey, hey. It is Tuesday. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to be back, folks. Good to be back. Thank you all for joining me last night. Well, those of you that did, I appreciate you guys so to do what it was, and I'm grateful for it. So thank you guys for joining me. It is Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, and here we are again. Got a little something different to talk about today. And of course, the lovely, lovely Mama Bear will be joining me as my co host today. As always, such a treat to have her, guys. Such a treat. And we'll be talking about that. Miss Madeline McCann. Where is she? 15 years later, could she be 19-year-old Julia from Poland? I don't know. I guess that's what we're going to find out, huh? We'll see. We will see, guys. So what do you say we get the ball rolling? Come on in, grab your coffee, tea, whatever that may be. Come on in, sit down, have a talk with Mama and me. How about that one? Yep. Let's check it out, folks. How about that one, folks? Gotta love Miss Molly. Molly and her talents. I'm telling you right now. Welcome. Good to see you, Mama Bear. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Yes, and no, we're not matching, folks. Don't worry. I think we've gotten past that phase.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hello. It's good to be here. Good to see you guys again. Thank you for joining me today, Mama Bear. I appreciate you so much.
No problem.
Molly, thank you so much for that new intro. That's pretty awesome. I love it.
Yep, that was very cool. Good job, Molly.
Yes, she is super talented, folks. Just as much as Mama Bear is. Like I said, I wouldn't know what to do button for these guys. I'd be lost. I'd have some stupid stick figures walking across my screen, falling down on a rock or something. Who knows? God knows I can't type or say things correctly. I spent most of the morning with my amazing moderators being harassed because of my. Of course. Why wouldn't it ring? Why wouldn't it? Yeah, we're not doing that right now. Anyway, moving along. So let's see who we got here. Miss Cece's in the house. Yes. I know why. You know why you're laughing, Cece. Of course. Good golly, Miss Molly's here. I love it, Molly. Thank you so much. T2014, great to see you. Miss Cece again. So you got a twin in here, Cece, because I'm not paying attention. That's awesome. Sunshine, what's up? Good to see you. I wish you'd come float around my sky for a little while because it is not nice here today. So sick of this gloom and doom shit. Excuse my language. Miss Pamela Gribben, welcome. Good to see you from over the pond over in the UK. Great to have you here today. And what are you doing, Molly? Singing a whole song in there, I see. All right. And of course, what just happened to my chat? There it goes. Okay. Well, it looks like that's who we got here for right now, but they will come on in as the time. If you build it, they will come. That's what they always say, right? Hey, we built it. Let's see what happens. We got plenty to talk about today, folks. Miss Madeline McCann disappeared over 15 years ago. 3-year-old, beautiful little girl, and had not been seen since. And now, all of a sudden, 19-year-old Julia from Poland pops up saying, I am Madeline McCann. Is she? I mean, she showed some specific markers, and we'll see. We got some stuff to talk about with that. We got some stuff to talk about Jerry and Kate. We got some stuff to talk about, just period, about Madeline. So we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Probably make fun of me a little bit because we get to do that a lot. And all sorts of fun stuff because I'm a dipshit and can't type right. It's always fun. It's always fun, folks. Always fun. Not even going to go into it right now. Not even going to go into it because I can finally breathe. I haven't been able to breathe for the past 20 minutes, so we'll just put it that way. They did say they were going to do the DNA. The DNA can't talk either, let alone can't talk, can't type, can't do nothing, guys. This is why I have these moderators because I don't think I could wipe my own ass if I didn't have these people. I swear to God. I'm just being honest with you, folks. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, they said they were going to do the DNA test, but we will see. You would never make fun of me. No, never do that, Molly. Never. It's all good fun. Oh, don't even start with your shit, Strike. Poor old man Dago. Here we go. Here we go with the old man stuff already. What'd you say, hon?
I said, we don't make fun of you. We just laugh at what you do or say.
Or breathe or whatever. So, yeah, they don't make fun of me at all. It's okay.
No, we don't make fun of you.
It's all in good fun. I get it. No big deal. I have a really big sense of humor. And I do really stupid shit most of the time, so I really can't say much. So, it's kind of my fault. There she is. Miss Nikki's in the house. What's up? What's up? Good to see you, Nikki. Thanks for jumping in. Psst, psst. What, Cece? What? Good Lord. Ever since... I think it's worse that I set up the Discord because I got all of them in there with at one time on me, and I have no I have to run away and come back, and they're still going when I come back. Welcome, Kim. Good to see you.
Hey, Mrs. M.
Yeah, I do dumb shit, so I deserve most of it, but I love it. I love it. It's all like I said. They don't mean no harm by it. I would, honest to God, I got to be honest, guys. If I was on the other end of the stick, I'd do the same thing. So my stupidity just mesmerizes me sometimes. I'll tell you.
And we love it.
Right. I'll tell you what I did for those of you that weren't there. Okay, and then you can give me your opinion. So. And you guys will know what this kind of goes back to from before. Morning PPR. Oh, he's gonna have a blast with this one.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about Nikki. Miss Nikki's having a little bit of trouble with her dogs and stuff like that. So, we were talking about her dogs, and then I was asking a question at the same time about something, and I said, "No, never mind. I figured it out." Well. I didn't type figured. I typed, never mind, I fingered it out. So between talking about the dogs and then what I said, my phone fell out of my hand because it about blew up. They started laughing so hard, so fast at the same time. Me included, mind you. So then I get little pictures of dogs and little kids poking their butts and all. So you know how that goes, guys. It was kind of interesting to say the least. So... And Boone would have loved that one. Boone would have been all over that one. She'd have had a ball with that. See, Strike's about to have a stroke over here. He's laughing so hard. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it. But what's the matter with the face, Mike? Well, then that happened first. Okay? That was the first thing that happened. So that finally calmed down. They started breathing. Everybody went and changed because everybody pissed their pants. You know how that goes. Well, almost pissed their pants, I should say. But I can't even remember what the hell I said next.
Molly just put it in there.
Oh, I don't know. I typed too fast, and I got little Dago sausage fingers. So I was trying to type, and I said something about I figured my phone out or fingered it out again. I typed it again, and then, of course, Cece goes up. He did it again, and kaboom, it blew up all over again. So, yeah. It's been an interesting morning, to say the very least. The very least. Yeah, I was just fingering everywhere. That's right. Thank you. Jesus God. And it was one letter. One letter. One letter caused all this. Good God. Good morning, everybody. I'm not going to respond to you, CC. The sweetest lady on the internet. This is the sweetest lady on the internet, folks. This sweet little lady. She's got a dirty mind. It's all good. Did you at least take your phone to dinner before? Not yet, Strike, but I got it. Jesus God, you got it. Good God. Good God.
The mighty finger.
The mighty finger. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. Yes. So that's how our morning went, everybody.
Yep. I think I laughed harder at that one than the other one.
Mm-hmm. And all I was trying to do was ask Nikki if she had gotten her, which she never responded. Nikki, I screamed your name. I chased you all over the internet to ask you one question. You still never answered me. Did you get things figured out with your pups? You were in here. Where'd you go? Where the hell's she at? Where is you, Miss Nikki? Don't do that, Cece. We need you here. Sing a loving song to it. Yeah, I gotta do something to it, obviously. They make a phone. What? I knew he was gonna say something. I knew he was gonna say something. As soon as he seen it, I knew he was gonna say something. Just not. Wait a minute. Just not. Okay. I just asked if you had figured things out with your dogs. That's all. We had a few of us asked you actually in the Discord, and you had never responded. So that's what we're trying to figure out. They make a phone wet protector so it stays safe when you get. Yeah, I got you, bro. God, you guys are a mess. Come on in, everybody. Poor phone. Yeah, I have. My phone is just fine. Don't worry. Maybe that's why it screams when it rings. It's very loud. Very loud. I have a question. Since you said you have the same phone, Molly, why is it when I turn it down, it turns itself back up when it rings? Phone has PTSD.
Well, why does hers think she's Dutch?
Oh, wait, what?
Hmm?
What did you say?
I said, why does her phone think she's Dutch?
Deutsch?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. Isn't that weird? It's made out of gold. Deutsch.
I think it's when she does talk to text. I think she's Dutch.
I mean, she looks like a little Swiss Miss thing, so that reminds me of a little Swiss Miss girly. Put her little clogs on, pull her hair in pigtails.
Right.
What did he say?
You're a mess, dude.
I don't talk to my phone like that anymore. My text that sings some Deutsch. Are you Deutsch? Are you Deutsch, Molly? I mean, her picture looks like she could get away for Swedish or Swedish, I guess. Is that close to Dutch? I don't know. It's called cat crap. It's for glasses, anti-fog, but used on my phone. Can't. Well, I don't think it's really going to be that damp there, PPR, but never know. Ask my mods; they'll tell you. By the way, PPR, great stream last night. Thanks for having me. Sorry I had to bail on you. I was super burnt out, tired. But it was a good stream. I told Mama Bear that you were interested in having her over there as well as a mod. So whenever she's not sleeping, I'm sure she'll try to do her best to be there. Wait, Speaking of that, where the hell? Where's the other two?
I let Heather know that you were live.
Thank you. And Brandy, I haven't seen her 2 days in a row. Oh my God, Quacker.
Oh my.
I can't do this with him anymore. It's not he does this quacking thing all the time, and at the very end of it, if I don't mute it, there's this loud when he's done, and it's like nothing comes out, of course, but it's gotta sound just completely disgusting on your guys' end.
I wasn't even paying attention, so.
You guys probably don't even hear it anymore. He does it so often. Heather, did she respond to you when you said that to her?
Yes, she said thank
No.
you.
How come she don't respond to me?
I don't
I
know.
got some words for you, Heather. Where's Brandy at? Miss Brandy's probably sleeping. I am Norwegian, Scottish, Irish, Danish, Welsh. So you're definitely blonde. I'll say that much.
Mm.
That's pretty much.
I have 2 cats. I don't need a video of cat crap, thanks.
A bit of the cat crap for you. There's Heather. How come you responded to Mama Bear but not me, Heather? I mean, I know she does have that motherly thing. She yelled at me this morning. So I called her mom. I mean, it was one of them things, you know. Maybe that's what it is. I did, Mister. Where? Oh, yeah, you did. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to shut up. Sorry about that. My fault.
Hey,
Can't even get shitty about something anymore. Oh my God, Strike. No, I didn't do any of that, Kay. I got it. I got it. I got it. I need to do all wine and dine my phone and all the other fun stuff. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I had to do some things. Well, now she got shitty with me. She got snappy with me. She got snappy with me in my text. She didn't get snappy with you when you talked to her. She probably said, "Thank you very much. I'll see you soon." No, I had some things to do. I'll be there in a second. See? 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 I had a right to do that. And again, where's Brandy? Where's Brandy? Where are you, Brandy? Brandy, can you hear me? Probably not. She might have been up late again. No worries. She'll come in when she's ready. But yeah, we did have a good time over there last night, PPR. I think everybody that was over there did. I know I enjoyed myself. I think Heather found a new home, to be honest with you. She loves that kind of stuff. Cece seemed to have a good time. Everybody else was over there. Mike was over there. He enjoyed himself.
I was there. I was just sleeping. Sorry.
Yeah, Mama Bear
And then
comes.
I realized I fell asleep.
She sleepwalks.
And that's when I stepped by.
Right. I've never met anybody can sleepwalk through YouTube. That's pretty cool. Just saying, you know. Molly said she fell asleep. Yeah, we were looking for you, Molly. You was not there. Absolutely, Bo. Bleh. Bro. Sorry, Bo. It's a good time over there. Like I said, I get to get in touch with the other side of myself that I don't bring out a whole lot in here. But we're talking about this morning, maybe doing Paranormal Wednesdays to start with and see how that works out and adding that in. That was Mama Bear's idea. This is my moderator's channel, by the way, guys. I'm just a voice in a head. That's all I am. They figure everything else out. They make everything work. They do everything. I just sit here and gab and move my big head around. That's all I do.
He's the entertainment.
I that's it right there. I'm just here to make stupid mistakes so that you guys can have a laugh every day. That's all. That's all it is. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing it, PPR. But here's the thing: there's a condition. There's a big condition. I'm only gonna do it if I can get Molly to come up here on panel with us and do stuff. Molly is the paranormal in here, so you know. You guys, it's all on Molly, guys. So you got to make her, tell her, like, hey, we want this. So that means you got to bring your little Deutsch butt up there.
Yep. They the brains and we the clowns. Yep. You two are, yeah.
They're the brains, and we're that's about it. Clown for sure. Well, what's the matter, Molly? You don't have to show your face. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, because you're cute. But still, you could talk. You got all this stuff that goes on that you do, and you're great at it, and everything else. People need to hear your voice.
Hey guys, everyone put a 1 in the chat if you think Dago should do a Paranormal Wednesdays.
Mike and Sunshine was there. Yes, Sunshine was there. Mike was there. We had quite a few of us over there last night. I thought it was pretty cool. Of course, Cece said yes. I knew she was going to because she already said yes this morning. One second, folks. All right. Miss Nikki said yes. PPR, of course, said yes. Kim said yes. Heather said, hey, Pam. So I don't know what that means. Pam said, well, yes. Cece said yes. Michelle, hey, good to see you, Michelle. She said yes. Mike said yes again. Or did he say, well, anyway, who we got in here? We got on the mic, Michelle Wilkinson. Great to see you. Anybody else that's jumped in? Mrs. M, welcome. Good to have you here.
Heather, nice. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Dago should do Paranormal Wednesdays.
I know she's probably gonna put 3 or 4 ones because she loves that stuff. Heather is my go-to girl for the gaming stuff because I'm a big kid. You guys know that. And every now and then I go through like extreme bouts of boredom and try to find things to do that I don't normally do. And I absolutely want to hear everything that goes on in your house as far as paranormal, Molly. I really do. I've already heard one thing. It was enough for me. Anywho, Heather finds the best games. She sends me to the right games to play because I love horror games, the scary ones. And wanted to make sure I said that word clearly so it didn't come out as something else because I'm known to do that. I can only imagine how that one would go if it was mistook the wrong way. Dago plays porn games now, huh? All right. Anyway. But yeah, Heather always comes up with the good games. We're pretty good with that. Yes, you were, Sunshine. I'm you know what I gotta say to you guys that were speaking up in chat last night over there. I'm really proud of you guys for being able to talk about things like that and being comfortable enough with people to talk about that kind of stuff over there. That was pretty awesome, guys. I'm really, really impressed and proud of all you guys for that. You're welcome, Heather. Don't let your head get too big, my dear. That's my job. Hello, lovely people. Yes, Miss Michelle, welcome all your meatballs. I still haven't seen all you guys in Discord. I don't know if it's because the Discord is tarded or if it's because you guys just didn't choose to be in there. Because I know that the Discord is tarded. So, it doesn't seem to want to work. Do you know that the links are still expiring? I don't know why it keeps doing that, but
weird. Because I even asked my daughter, is like, you can just put in a link and more than one person can use that link, correct? And she said, yeah. I was like,
that's exactly how Steve and Dan's over in Pub Buzz works. They put it in the thing and everybody clicks on it and they're in there. I don't understand why mine doesn't work. Well, I mean, I kind of do because it's mine, but
Yeah.
Yes, and we all missed you, Molly, over there. Everybody was there but you. Michelle. You're sick again? Good Lord. This is a crazy year for flus and respiratory things.
Yeah, my son did. That was crazy. Was it Friday night? I think it was Friday night. He had 103 fever.
Good God.
Got up Saturday, late morning, early afternoon, and it was gone.
Really?
Yeah. I was like,
did he have any other symptoms?
Just runny nose And he said his throat kind of hurt, but I mean, with a runny nose and stuff, I expect it to hurt because of the drainage.
Do you guys have home COVID tests?
We did, but not anymore.
Because the new that's weird that you said that. The new variant, I guess it's called, of COVID, it does that. Like it's like a boom boom boom, but you still have the COVID thing, so whatever. I mean, as long as nobody else is getting sick, I guess you guys are okay.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, none of us out of the 5 of us have had COVID. So.
Oh, well, that's good too. Damn.
Yeah.
How did you meet that?
I'm a homebody for one, for me.
I was too, but I ended up, well, everybody came to my home. That's how I got it. But yeah, okay.
I was going to say, you have Juniper, she's little, so.
I have everybody here always. There's always something going on in my house. You'd think there was construction going on in the background if you didn't know any better, but.
Yeah, and you would think with 3 kids at school coming home would bring it home to me, or my husband working for Amazon coming home and bringing it to me. But Amazon, none of us got it.
Yeah, our Amazon out here, because we have a, it's like right up the road from me. We have a, one of their like distribution centers or whatever the hell it's called. Like they got slammed when COVID hit. They got hit hard. Everybody, that place shut down.
Wow.
It was everybody, all but like I have a couple friends that work there, and like he said that his entire shift was shut down. Then but then he got it, of course, too. It was bad around here, and it kept coming back. Like it did. There was no like, I mean, it was really bad where they had us all on lockdown. You remember all that? You know, everybody was, you know, shelter in place and all that shit. But then when they opened that up a bit and everything got a little bit better and things like that, and then, you know, we were like, okay, cool. You can take a break. Hold on.
Yeah, I was so glad when my kids got out of elementary school and went into middle school, because when they're in elementary school, they just constantly pass stuff all over the place. I don't care how well they clean stuff. Them kids spread germs like no other. And so I was glad when we finally got out of elementary school, and now we're in middle school. Yep, I've been knocking on wood too. I don't want it. And you know, maybe we did have it, but we didn't know we had it. I don't know. Right, CC, we're superhuman. So does everybody know about Maddie McCann? Cool. I mean, I had heard about it here and there, but never really watched anything or read anything on it until I was doing my research last night for today. And it's pretty messed up. I had to kind of vent to Brandy for a little bit about it. So
what are we talking about now?
I asked if everybody knew about Maddie McCann, And they were saying yes. And I said that I'd heard about it from here, there, but I really hadn't watched anything or read anything till I did my research last night for today. And then, I had to vent to Brandy about it because I was a little angry. It's like, how do these parents, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, right.
Let it out.
Nikki, you better perk up. That was what else. I got yelled at for that. So if I got to be happy, then so does everybody else.
That's right.
And I got plenty of reasons not to be, I promise you.
So do I. But guess what?
We all do.
Yep. No Eeyores allowed.
No Eeyores. Everybody's got to be Tiggers in here.
That's right. I feel bad for that girl. Her parents don't seem to support her regardless. Aw.
Who are we talking about?
Maddie McCann.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that because I remember the story, but it's been years, folks. And I went back to it and I'm looking at it and I was looking at different videos and stuff, and then I was watching people's comments on it. And there's a lot of people that have theories about Jerry and Kate, which I didn't, believe it or not. But I didn't really look that deep into them. So, because this case went down years before, any of us really got in. I mean, I'm sure we followed things on the news and this and that and everything else. None of this, we didn't have the options. But yeah, there's a lot to look at. And now out of nowhere, this 19-year-old girl from Poland pops up and says, hey, I'm here, Okay. We're going to look at it. We got some stuff to talk about. And of course, your guys' input is important. Just trying to wait to see if there's going to be a few more people to come in here. I don't know where everybody's been lately, but they don't like me anymore. That's what it is. I get it, guys. You don't like me no more. It's okay.
Stop it.
I'm going to turn the show over to Mama and all the mods, and I'll go into chat and just sit in there and complain and piss and moan and whine and be Eeyore or whatever you want to call it. See how the ratings and the views go from there.
Nope. Not gonna let it happen.
No, that's not how that works, Nikki. That's why you come in here, so that everybody can raise your spirits.
Exactly.
And make things positive for you. That's what this is all about, dear. That's why it's a family.
Exactly. Hi, Lena.
Ms. Lena, good to see you.
I need to go check on my daughter, see if she's awake, so I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be here. I'm glad to see you all here today. It's great to see you. That's not what I just said. You're missing completely what I said, Nikki. I said you're supposed to come in here so everybody can raise your spirits and give you some positiveness to make you feel better. I didn't say for you to leave. You're missing what we're saying. That's how we work. That's why it's called family. We talked about poop last night. Okay. That always works, sunshine. Wait, poop any pastries? What the heck? What is that? That's a new one. What the hell does that mean? Poop any pastries? Never heard that one before. It's a learning experience. Wear a Where's Dago shirt and hat, and they will come like Field of Dreams. Yeah, they probably will. Oh no, I gotta find something to bring people in here. How did you do that, Kim? How did you make your font look like that? That's kind of weird. That's cool though. Prayers for your headache. You still got a headache? Good Lord. You've had a headache for like a month, haven't you? That's what I'm saying, Lena. Most everybody comes in here to cheer up, I thought. But, I mean, we try to be upbeat. I know everybody's got things going on. That's why I try to be positive and keep everybody in high spirits. But I'll be praying for your headache, Miss Kim. Oh, you got sinuses going on. Yeah. There's people around here, folks, that have been popping up with, I'm sure you guys all get it, chemical bronchitis. That's a new one, ain't it? And I guess you can all try to take a guess where it's coming from.
Imagine that.
Mm, you just scared the dog shit out of me. Oh my God. Wow. I almost choked on my drink. Poof, right there she was. Imagine that. Good Lord. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. I need to play that little video Miss Molly plays with the cat stuck to the ceiling because I get it now. You scared the hell out of me. Molly, did you send them to me in email, hon? Holy shit, she scared me. Like I could feel my heart beating through my throat now. Good Lord, it's been a day. Nah, don't. Poor me. I'm fine. When your dog farts, it's a sign needs to poop. Okay, sunshine. Thank you. Oh Lord, where's Booney at? Is she in here yet?
Sorry, Lena.
That comment sounds like something Boone would say. Sunshine. I'm gonna hang around her too long. When people fart, they need. Okay, guys, where'd this go? How? I swear to my channel's just gone to no. I'm just saying, guys. Today on the True Crime Cafe, when people fart, they need to poop.
Mine was trying to outbark neighbor's dog and poo at the same time, and it was funniest sight ever last night.
Where did you see that at?
PPR.
Oh,
Right under Kim.
gotcha.
That makes a little more sense now.
I've never had to do that. Luckily, I don't know how that would go over well, but 16 peeps. Come on, guys, come on in. She's putting away her parachute. Yeah, Boone was gonna get out. Good Lord, you missed all that. She was heading towards my house. She was gonna parachute into my house.
Oh.
Onto my balcony, I'm guessing. And I told her, I said, does your parachute have a big picture of my face on it? And in these colors? Thank you, Heather. Yes, we've all gone insane, folks. Every one of us. We've even got the sane people to go insane now. But Sunshine's all booned out and everything. Kiki, I don't know. I haven't seen her yet today. I hope she's doing okay.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for her yesterday. I will say initially, the Saturday, I think it was, that she had posted something. I thought that one of her grandchildren passed away, and I was completely appalled. And I was just like, it made me sick to my stomach. And then thank God that she like rephrased it and said she should have said that, but it's still bad. I get what she's saying.
Yeah.
You know, the relationship that she's had with him, and then all of a sudden it's just taken away. That's horrifying. So I've been praying for you, Kiki, wherever you are. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. I've noticed lately, guys, like at least with this group, most of this group, that you guys have all gotten to the point where you're a lot more relaxed and more comfortable with each other and more laid back. And I have to say that I really do love that, guys. I mean, some of us were that way for a long time, but even the newer people that have popped in here, you know, have started to lay back and relax more. So that's great, guys. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Heather. Again, folks, please leave some DNA on that like button on your way in the door. I appreciate you so very much. If not, make sure you do it on the way out.
Thank you, PPR. That's very nice of you.
Yes, go get them people. Drag them in here by their ears. There's Pinto. It's been a while. What's up, bub?
Oh,
Good to see ya. Madeline McCann probably had an accident. I think she fell on the steps outside the villa. I've heard that from other people too. I have heard that her parents know everything, that there was an accident of some sorts, and they've covered it up. Kind of like the Kaylee Anthony scenario, things like that. At this point, guys, I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys on this one. I didn't follow this a whole lot. I watched it on the news and knew that it was a sad scenario, but um, I was really busy back in those days and had no time really to fall into it like I had to now. But she was a beautiful little girl. I know that much. A lot of people think she's deceased. Um, and thought she was from the day that she went missing. Uh, Casey, yes, yes. Um, and a lot of people, there's quite a few people I've seen that think that this girl from Poland is her, which I can understand why, because there's a lot of resemblance and a lot of things that match up, but we don't know. We just don't know yet. From what I understand, Jerry and Kate agreed to take the DNA test. We'll see how that goes though, because something seemed weird with that. As much as they seemed like they wanted their daughter home, okay, I mean they put that out there for years, guys. They seemed kind of like what's the word I'm trying to think of?
standoffish.
Standoffish. Thank you. Yes, like whoa, which okay. I know it came out of nowhere, but like I would think at this point, after 15 years, that you'd be down for anything if that's really what it was. You know what I mean? I know I would be, just to get some kind of closure. Um,
Right, Michelle? That was one of the things I had to vent about last night.
that's what I said too. Me and my wife went back and forth. She didn't know that either. I'm like, why would they leave them all alone and leave the doors unlocked and all that? Like that made no sense.
In a foreign country.
Right. That's even worse, especially if I know I'm not talking bad, Bob, but like a country like Portugal where there's no like the barriers are huge between languages and stuff like that. So you really can't, I don't know. Ah, thank you, CC. That's a good point there. Maybe she is having visions of that time. I don't know. I would be standoffish to that after long, and then sudden this girl. Oh, no, I understand it, Molly, but I would still think if there was no guilt or any. I don't know. I read people different in some things. I guess maybe true crime has ruined me to be suspicious of everybody. I guess I don't know. Because typically when we come to find out the truth at the end of these things, there is reason to be suspicious in a lot of these cases. You know what I mean? So, dun dun
But
dun.
this isn't the first girl to claim this, right?
No, there's been more. Yeah, there's been two or three other versions of this scenario. This one, based on what I heard and when she did her whole live thing, I mean, it does make sense. She showed the marks on her, that Maddie had.
Mhm.
The thing that catches me off a little bit was the birth defect in Maddie's eye. I don't see it on this older girl. Okay. And
Mhm.
I was really trying to look, but I don't see it. She says it's there. I don't see it. So
Yeah,
I
I tried to look at some pictures and zoom in, and I was like, this
it's
isn't
it's
going
it's
to work.
hard to see. I mean, when you look at pictures of little Maddie, you can clearly see it without a fail. That's right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just don't see that going away just because you grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, Heather, for that as well. Please, please, folks, if you could, if you feel generous, please tip Mama Bear. She does such a
Aw.
great job. That way we can get more matching sweatshirts. That would be awesome, huh?
Yay.
Just kidding. Just kidding. um, but there's her info for the PayPal and the Cash App, guys. Please, please, if you do.
Oh, Heather said she sees it, but it's not the same spot as Maddie. I thought I saw a video last night that it was in one eye of the 19-year-old and it was in the other
The
eye
other
of
eye with Maddie, right?
Maddie.
That's
Yeah.
kind
I
of
was
what
like,
I gathered from it too. Okay.
it's not going to jump from one eye to the other.
No, it's like a mole. It's here one day and
Right?
here one day and here one day. Yeah. No.
It doesn't quite work that way.
Yep.
Hey, KK.
We'll step up and jump in here. Hey, what's up, KK? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay.
There's another one. KK is from Paranormal, or Dustin's PPR's group over there, guys. Welcome.
Cool.
Welcome, please. Please, if you would. Pictures get reversed. That's what I was thinking, Lena. Was I looking at it backwards, maybe? And that's how it looked?
I wondered that.
I wasn't sure. You'd be a good judge, KK. We're talking about Mama Bear had an idea this morning in Discord. We were talking about, since I do have my paranormal background and I love it so much and I enjoy myself over there so much, about maybe having Paranormal Wednesdays over here. What do you think? What does everybody else think? I got most of you guys, but anybody that's jumped in recently, Lena, KK, anybody else that's jumped in most recently, what do you put a 1 in the chat if you think that would be a good idea to have Paranormal Wednesdays in here, guys? I was actually thinking, I'm telling Heather last night, I was thinking about adding to my name, the channel name, and putting it, because I was going to do that initially, but I didn't know. But at this point, I see other channels that are doing it too. So would you come in here on Wednesdays and check it out, KK? What's up, Lions Daisies? Good to see you. I'm more of a scientist. Well, the stuff that I know about the paranormal, a lot of it is based on scientific theory.
I was going to say, I believe science, but I also believe paranormal. So it's both for me.
I do both with it. That's why I liked going over to PPR's. A couple weeks back, he had his buddy Zeke over there was talking about the I can never remember this. I don't know why. I was just talking about it, and it always goes back to that for me. And when I did my classes to become an investigator, there was a lot of that involved, and then I got deeper into it after I got through it because it was brought up and it was very interesting to me. And it's all about oh my god, I can't think today to save my life.
I agree, KK.
They are, yeah, 100%. It's about the scientific side of it, in my opinion, is about the levels of consciousness that your mind goes through. Okay. And I think a lot of that is where the paranormal basis comes from. Okay. And so in a sense, that's definitely scientific. You know what I mean? Scientific. Typic. Yes, there we go. There's also a spiritual side to it.
Quantum. PPR said
quantum physics. That's what it was. Yes.
Is that what the Randonautica thing is based on? Isn't it quantum?
Some of it, yeah. Some of that's just weird. That Randonautica thing, I got wrapped up in that for a whole day, guys, and it was like, oh my god. I slept
haven't got to play it yet.
The theory on quantum consciousness is what he was talking about, and I just delved right into it because I know all about that stuff. You guys wouldn't know what to do if I started talking about that over here. All my idiocracies would just go out the window. I actually sound smart. Figure that one out.
KK, is that ghost up there passing gas? What's up there? What's going on?
You know what, Kim? I'll be honest. Listen, when I started the group that I have, it's called TRAP, okay? Trumbull Researchers of Apparitions in the Paranormal. I'm a paranormal investigator, for anybody that didn't know that. I got certified, different classes, this and that, and everything else, okay? And we started our group years and years ago. And I started the group because I had never seen anything, and I'm a skeptic on all of it. I still am. I'm still skeptical, even though there's things that I've seen and dealt with. And my wife is the sensitive that gets all the things happen to her and everything else. So it's very hard to believe it when you don't see it or feel it or encounter anything, guys. It really is. I absolutely agree. So until something started happening around me, I was just like, yeah, okay, you guys are insane. That doesn't happen that way. This doesn't work that way. That doesn't work that way. It changes, I promise. I'm still skeptic. I still try to debunk everything. I still look for the scientific, most logical answer to everything. But you know, strange lights in the sky, and you see energy. That's interesting.
Hmm.
The ghost is passing gas. All right, gassy ghosts around here. Well, we're up to 19 now. Man, I miss them days where we had 50 people in here. What happened to all them peeps?
Well, we were starting later too.
No, I don't
No.
work. No, I think it was about the same time. We were doing the Nicola Bully case.
Mm.
I think that's where everybody came from. It's all right. The important peeps are here because they're here. We will get more.
Hi, Cheryl.
Miss Cheryl Manzella, good to see you. Uh, it's okay. You're allowed to sleep. There are no rules that say you have to be in Dago's channel at a certain time ever. Never. And you never have to explain yourselves to me either. I can't remember who it was that came in here, was so panicked because she was late. And well, late, no, I don't consider anybody late. Whenever you get here is when you get here. It's okay.
Right.
But thought she was late. And then I even got DMs from her and everything. And she kept apologizing. I'm like, oh my good Lord, it's not that serious. I'm here, but listening. I'm helping my kiddos with school. No worries, Jennifer. Thanks for listening to us today. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Well, I guess we might as well get to rolling because Mama Bear's going to have to leave at one point, sadly. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost wanted to starting earlier because of that, but I don't think I'll get enough people in here if I start earlier because West Coasters are still sleeping. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, are you still awake, Molly? Are you still in here? Did you go somewhere and crawl back into your little cat bed and go back to sleep again? Molly has a tendency to sneak out of here and go back to sleep at times. I've noticed that. Because her don't like being awake early.
No, she doesn't. There she is.
See? Drink some coffee. Eat some catnip. KK, we can hug you too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. All right. Thank 24 people. There's 24 people in here.
Okay. Deeple.
I swear to God, I'm gonna give up talking altogether and just have my larynx removed and voice box, and I won't be able to speak anymore since I can't seem to do it. All right. Let's get to rolling. So, I guess I should just give you guys again, like I always do, the general start, since nobody really most of you guys probably remember the Madeline McCann case. Where's my downloads? And that's another question I had too. Did you read enough to find out that they've had a suspect on that case for years
Um,
and they haven't arrested him?
I don't think I got that. I think I was on the verge of getting to that point,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't. My eyes just couldn't deal anymore.
There is I can't say his last name because it's foreign and it's hard to say. His name, he goes by Christian B. This is the person that authorities have thought was took her, okay? And nobody's arrested him for anything.
Do they have evidence or proof?
Well, there was supposedly they had some kind of evidence and proof. And I just that's what I'm not understanding as to why there was no arrest on this. And I don't know. It's a little weird.
Hmm.
But let me see. Where's this thing is at?
Thank you, Lena. I did. Lions and Daisies. Yes, he said it's the German guy.
Christian, yeah. Christian B something. I can't say it, but they just call him Christian B.
Because I was at the point where they had done the sketches of somebody's face, and that's when I had to.
Well, 1 second, folks. I'm looking for the download anyway.
Oh Lord. So gummies, you have to have like a prescription, right? Just like, or a medical card. I'm sure there's other ways around it, but thank you, KK. I'll eventually get something on there. And the kids have this week, and oh, really? Is that? I wonder if that's just in New York or if that's everywhere. Right, Heather? Hmm. One 800. Where's Dago? That's funny. Must have been the Mrs. Dago. Yeah, she's probably on her lunch. Huh? Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was trying to find my files. That one. Maybe it was that one.
She said yes. She's on her lunch, and hello to everyone.
Hello.
I'm just gonna go to vote. Where is it? Why is it not showing? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Again, guys, this is Madeline McCann. She went missing at 3 years old, 15 years old, 15 years ago from Portugal on holiday with her parents and her siblings. This is what she looked like then. This is what they said she would look like at the age that this was put out. But she's 19 now. Okay. So things have changed a bit. And there is a girl out there. I can't pronounce nor think of her last name that goes by Julia, who's 19 years old and claims that she believes she's Madeline. So we're checking this out. But again, like I said, she was born May 12th, 2003 and disappeared May 3rd, 2007. In May 2007, the McCann family and a group of family and friends and their children went on holiday to the Praia de Luz, Portugal. On night of May 3rd, Maddie disappeared from her bed in a holiday apartment while sleeping. Kate and Jerry McCann, Fiona and David Payne, Rachel and Matthew Oldfield, Diane Webster, Fiona's mom, Jane Tanner, and Russell O'Brien. The 9 adults were dubbed the Tapas 7 because they were all dining together at the hotel complex's Tapas restaurant. These people, what this means is they were the night that Maddie went missing, they were together in that restaurant eating together, which is where the Tapas 7 came from. And the children were left back in the hotel room alone, sleeping with no adult supervision. The door's unlocked. I mean, there's something wrong with that if you ask me, but you know,
in a foreign country.
In a foreign country where there's huge language barriers and things happen in these foreign countries that don't happen over here. That I mean, it does happen here, but they happen over there a lot more. Child trafficking is a huge thing in a lot of these foreign countries. It's what the name of it's slipping with me right now, but I read about it yesterday actually. Organ trafficking. Okay. They like to do that in a lot of these foreign countries too. People's kidneys and livers and hearts and all sorts of things for, you know, they're worth a lot of money over in a lot of other countries. So that's another big thing that happens. But so that's how this came about here. The night that Maddie disappeared was May 3rd, 2007, sometime after 8:30 p.m. The McCanns had put their 3 children to bed at around 8:30 p.m. in the ground floor apartment while the parents dined with friends in a restaurant that was 180 feet away from the room. They would check on the kids throughout the night until Kate discovered Madeline was missing at 10 p.m. Maddie slept in short-sleeved pink and white marks and Spencer's Eeyore pajamas, her comfort blanket, and a soft toy cuddle cat. Now, there was a set of twins that the McCanns had, as well as Maddie. They were sound asleep where they were left without being touched, guys. Okay, so I have a slight problem with this because of that. If this was a child trafficking scenario and they just took her and left them, that makes no sense to me. Why would anybody bypass? I mean, who knows what the reason for it was, if there was one. But why would you leave 2 other kids there that possibly could have seen who took her or could have been needed for what they took her for, if you see what I'm saying? So I kind of have a slight problem with that. I really do. And that's what, makes and I don't want to say the rabbit hole or the conspiracy things, but that's what makes people go down these rabbit holes with these theories that they have, because they didn't take the other kids. The other kids weren't harmed either.
Right.
And the other kids very easily could have seen who took her in turn, which would mean that they would take them too, or they would do something to them, I would think. Nothing. They were perfectly fine, sound asleep, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, there was a total of 8 kids there.
Right.
But only one was taken.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was just talking about the other McCann kids, but yeah. So she's right, guys. There was 8 children. Nobody was touched except for Madeline. Makes no sense, folks. And now there's some theories bopping around that there was some sort of an accident, and that the parents covered it up and things like that. That's what this scenario is, what makes things like that believable, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, Karen. I agree. I think they do too.
So do I. I mean, I'm not saying they did it per se. I don't like doing that, but I think they know a lot more than they're talking about. So, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. And Lions and Daisy says sound asleep and didn't even wake up when the adults were back and running around looking for Maddie. Exactly. It doesn't make sense. Now, I personally think that with this whole thing that's going on there, and maybe I should wait till I get to that. I will do that. I'll just move on with this, and then when we get to that, I'll talk about it. The tapas restaurant to the 5A restaurant was approximately 295 feet. You had to walk along a public street to reach the doors of the Ocean Club Resort, then walking through the resort to the other side of the pool. The top of the apartment was visible from the tapas restaurant, but not the doors. The patio doors could be locked only from the inside, so the McCanns left them closed but unlocked, with the curtains drawn so that they could let themselves in. That way, when checking on the children, there was a child safety gate at the top of the steps from the patio and a low gate at the bottom, which led to the street. The resort staff had left a note in a message book at the swimming pool reception area asking that where'd it go? Asking that the same table which overlooked the apartments be block booked for 2030 for the McCanns and friends every evening for the last 4 evenings of the holiday. The message said the group's children were asleep in the apartments. Kate believes the abductor may have seen the note. The McCanns and their friends left the restaurant roughly every half hour to check on their children. Jerry carried out the first check on 5A at around 21:05. The children were asleep and all was well, except that he recalled having left the children's bedroom door slightly ajar, and now it stood almost wide open. He pulled it nearly closed again before returning to the restaurant. Now, that also tells me something. Maddie was 3 years old, guys. 3. 3-year-olds are very curious, okay, and they wander. They do things like that. And, my grandchildren have done stuff. They tried to wander away, and they get up and they get into things, so on and so forth. That child very easily could have woken up and either went and fell and hurt herself fatally, maybe got into something which caused a fight, something fatal to happen to her. And the parents panicked and said, now what do we do? And covered it up. Or, I don't feel that anybody took her, guys. I can't. Because they walked around all 7 of the other kids that were there. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Welcome, Sylvia. It's good to see you. No worries. So in turn again, like I said, I can picture Maddie getting up in the middle of the night, or well, for her it would be the middle of the night, and wandering down a set of stairs and falling and hurting herself, getting into something that was poison maybe and drinking it or something like that, and it caused a fatal issue to happen. Okay, and that happening in turn because they're in a foreign country. There's this, that, and everything else they would have to deal with, not to mention the fact that they left their children there alone. That's neglect, and I think you can be charged with, they would have been charged probably with her homicide or manslaughter because of what happened. So, I was told that they had drugged them to sleep as well, Karen. And when I first had heard that, it made me feel like maybe they gave little Maddie too much and it may have stopped her heart or something like that. And in turn, panicked, like I said, and then they had to dispose of her to protect themselves, which is a sad thought because I would give I'd stand in front of a truck from any one of my kids. You know what I mean? I don't understand. They're both doctors too. That's the thing. Oh man, I don't know. The sighting by Jane Tanner, one of the Topa 7, of a man carrying a child that night became an important part of the early investigation. Tanner had left the restaurant just after 2100 to check on her own daughter, passing Jerry on Rua. Wait a minute. Passing Jerry on Rua Dr. Francisco Gentle Martins on his way back to the restaurant from his 2105 check. He had stopped to chat to a British holidaymaker, but neither man recalled having seen Tanner. This puzzled the Portuguese police given how narrow the street was and led them to accuse Tanner of having invented the sighting. I'm sorry. Tanner told the police that at around 21:15, she had noticed a man carrying a young child walk across the junction of Rua Dr. Francisco, Gentle Martins, and Rua Dr. Agostino de Selva, just ahead of her. He was not far from Madeline's bedroom, heading east away from the front of apartment 5A. In the early days of the investigation, the direction in which he was walking was thought to be important because he was moving toward the home of Robert Murat, the 33-year-old British Portuguese man who lived near 5A and who became the case's first suspect. The child in the man's arms was wearing light-colored pink pajamas. Light-colored pink pajamas with a floral pattern and cuffs on the legs, similar to Madeline's. Tanner described the man as white, dark-haired, 5'7" in 1.70 meters tall, of Southern European or Mediterranean appearances, which I'm going to venture to say has got the darker olive drab skin. Olive skin, not drab skin. Sorry, guys. And again, like I said, tall, of Southern European or Mediterranean appearance, 35 to 40 years old. I skipped the part, didn't I? I think I did. I thought, yeah, I must have skipped right there. The child in the man's arms was wearing light-colored pink pajamas with floral pattern and cuffs. No, I didn't. Okay. The man was white, dark-haired, 5'7". Yes, I got all that. Sorry, guys. My eyes just completely screwed me up. Sorry. Wearing gold or beige trousers and a dark jacket, and said he did not look like a tourist. according to Kate. Tanner passed the information to Portuguese police as soon as Madeline was reported missing, but they did not pass the description to the media until May 25th. Madeline's fund hired a forensic artist to create an image of the man, which was released in October of 2007. The sighting became important because it offered investigators a Jewish holidaymaker had been identified as the man Tanner had seen. He had they said, wait, here we go again. He had been returning to his apartment after collecting his daughter from the Ocean Club night crash. Okay, night crash. Scotland Yard took photographs of the man wearing the same or similar clothes to the ones he was wearing on that night and standing in a pose similar to the one Tanner reported. The pajamas his daughter had been wearing also matched Tanner's report. Operation Grange's lead detective, Detective Chief Inspector Andy Redwood, said they were almost certain that the Tanner sighting was not related to the abduction. The rejection of the Tanner sighting as crucial to the timeline allowed investigators to focus on another sighting of a man carrying a child on the night of Madeline's disappearance. This one reported to Portuguese police on 26 May of 2007 by Martin and Mary Smith, who had been in Praia de Luz on holiday from Ireland. Scotland Yard concluded in 2013 that the Smith sighting offered the approximate time of Madeline's kidnap. The Smiths saw the man around 2200 on Rua de Escola Primaria, 500 yards or 460 meters from the McCann's apartment, walking away from the Ocean Club and toward Rua 25 de Abril and the beach. He was carrying a girl aged 3 to 4 years old. She had blonde hair and pale skin, was wearing light-colored pajamas, and had bare feet. The man was mid-30s, 5'7", 5'9", in 1.75 to 1.80 meters, slim to normal build with short brown hair, wearing cream-colored or beige trousers. He did not look like a tourist, according to the Smiths. He had seemed uncomfortable carrying the child.
Hey, David. Hey, Drift. Hey, April.
What's up, April? David, what's up, brother? These are the sketches that they made of the people they saw. A BBC Crime Watch appeal features e-fit images of a man seen carrying a blonde-haired child, 3 or 4 in Praia de Luz at about the same time Madeline went missing. Okay. Do you want to read for a little bit, or can you? Thank you. My jaw hurts. Sorry. Go for it.
All right. Let's see. I'll pull mine up. It'll be easier to read, probably.
Is that better? Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kate had intended to check on the children. Oh, it's blocked a little bit. One second.
Is it too big?
Where it says open with. Okay, there we go.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
Kate had intended to check on the children at 21:30, but Matthew Oldfield, one of the Tapas 7, offered to do it when he checked on his own children in the apartment next door to 5A. He noticed that the McCann's children's bedroom door was wide open. But after hearing no noise, he left 5A without looking far enough into the bedroom to see whether Madeline was there. He could not recall whether the bedroom window and its exterior shutter were open at this point. Early on in the investigation, Portuguese police accused Oldfield of involvement because he had volunteered to do the check, suggesting to them that he had handed Madeline to someone through the bedroom window. Kate made her own check of 5A at around 2200. Scotland Yard stated in 2013 that Madeline was probably taken moments before this. Kate recalled entering the apartment through the unlocked patio doors at the back and noticing that the children's bedroom door was wide open. When she tried to close the door, it slammed shut as though there was a draft, which is when she saw that the bedroom window and its shutter were open. Madeline's cuddle cat and blanket were still on the bed, but Madeline was gone. After briefly searching the apartment, Kate ran back towards the restaurant, screaming, "Madeline's gone. Someone's taken her." At around 22:10, Jerry sent Matthew Oldfield to ask the resort's reception desk to call the police, and at 22:30, the resort activated its missing child search protocol. 60 staff and guests searched until 4:30, at first assuming that Madeline had wandered off. One of them told Channel 4's dispatches that from one end of the resort to the other, searchers calling Madeline's name could be heard.
Now, these are renders of different versions of what they say Maddie would look like as she aged and so on and so forth. Okay. Well, sorry. What's up, Drip? This is the girl that goes by the name Julia, the Polish girl. And this is this her too, or is this a render?
Heather sent me the picture, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming maybe that's an age progression.
That's what I figured, like an age render. She was 3 when she disappeared, correct? And her siblings were only 2 when this happened. Yes, and that's what made me get suspicious of if this was like a child. The right here, Heather. These larger pictures or these little ones here, where it looks like she's in makeup. Are those like age renders, or is that this girl Julia with makeup and stuff on? I mean, they do look a lot alike. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Or is that her or is that her? I know this was a render here. This was Maddie when she was little. This was, she was 3. And this was a age render, I do believe, or no, this was the good Lord. I think this was the Julia girl when she was that age. You see my little pointer thing moving around here?
The top. Oh, where'd you go? You moved.
Over here. This one here. The top right picture out of the 3 on top. The one at the farthest end. There she is. What's up, Kiki? We was just talking about you. I hope you're doing okay. This one here. Well, the one I wanted to know first, Heather, was the one down at the very bottom in the left bottom corner with Jerry and the girl. Is that a aged render, or is that a picture of Julia with makeup and stuff on? Or do you not know? There are no age renders there. Okay, thank you, Heather. All right, so these are pictures of this Julia girl, I believe, and Maddie when she was 3. I mean, I can see the resemblance to an extent, folks, but Maddie had certain like body I don't want to say defects, but things that you could point her out with. She had some marks on her leg. She had a very particular one. If I could blow up a picture of her when she was little, you could see it clearly. In her eye, where her pupil is, it was, like blown up. And when you look at this other girl that's 19 now,
Oh, I might have.
you have to flip flop it to see it. I think because I think we were looking at it backwards. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see.
I do
Both
have that picture. Hold on a second.
okay. Both the parents are doctors. Yes. So this is where we're at right now because, as I said, there was a girl. I cannot say her last name. She's from Poland, who is 19 years old. That stepped forward recently, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen, and says she's Madeline McCann. Her past, she said there's no baby pictures of her. She has questioned her parents now. They get angry about it. And she said she wants to do a thank you, Mama Bear. Can you guys see that? Oh, I guess it is there, isn't it? Can you see that on the screen, Mama Bear?
Yes.
Okay. For those of you that can't see, I thought she was 19. Karen, she's 21. I'm sorry. Okay. My apologies,
Oh.
folks. I swear they said she was 19.
Yeah.
All right. Well, right over here, if you can see this, if you can, the picture of the small child with the bigger eye, there's a like her pupil. It's called a pupil bleed. Okay. Thank you. I can't do it. Where the little blue cursor is, it's called a pupil bleed. Okay. And what happens is the pigmentation has bled into the color, the iris part of her eye. Now, if you look at this other picture, I guess you can see it. I didn't see it that close up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be damned. Now, and understand that, this little girl was 3 years old and is now, I guess, 21. I thought 19. You can see it. I'll be damned.
I forgot Heather sent me that one. Sorry.
That's wild. I never saw that. So I'm kind of impressed right now. The left eye has the pupil bleed at 7 o'clock. On the right, it's at 6 o'clock. Okay, but here's the thing, though, guys. Understand that our eyes, what's up, big boy? Thanks for joining us. The eyes, as we grow, they grow with us. The eyeball grows, things change. I mean, the iris will get bigger or smaller depending on how your eyes grow. Okay. So yeah, it is at 7 o'clock and it's at 6 o'clock on this one, but it's only off by like enough to grow, I would guess.
Yeah. I know what the confusion was on the age. I think they said that Maddie should be 19, but this other girl's 21. So maybe her
Right.
date of birth is not accurate or something.
They gave her the wrong date of birth. Right.
Yeah. So that's where the age thing got confusing.
Right. Yeah, David, they did do a 60 Minutes did a thing. I just watched it. The Australia and America. So yeah. See, I'm kind of thrown back now because at one point I was thinking that this could not be this girl, but like because of this right here, we were talking about this earlier, and I didn't see that. Wow. Can we pop the other pics up like this? Sure. I don't have them, but you have them, Mama Bear?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and put those up. I'll take down the other one, and
Hold on once.
you can pull that down. Karen says it's not her.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me get my.
I'm sorry I haven't got back with everyone. It's okay. It's absolutely okay, Kiki. There's no need nor reason to apologize.
All right. Just any of them, or is there certain ones you guys are wanting to see?
Whatever she's talking about, I guess, to throw them up in whatever order, and then we'll go through them that way.
Okay.
You don't have a specific order you want them, Heather? Yeah, that's true transport. Anyone can get false papers if you know who to go to. That's a fact. I agree. Okay, there's these. Are we talking about the little ones down here?
Mm-mm. I can't see her. No, sir.
What's up, Whistle? Molly said to go to Discord, Mama Bear.
Yeah, Molly, I got it. Let me see if it's saved right. Sometimes Discord's a little bit finicky. Well, I'll have to take this down to look. So hold on. This one right here shows the eye really well. Oops. Right there.
Yeah, you can see that real good right there. And it is at 7 o'clock straight out, all the way to the edge of the iris.
Yeah. You still see it at a distance in that one.
Yeah, it was very distinct. Now, see, that looks different. Okay, it's more at 6 o'clock there. But again,
but if her, with her eye growing, it could have moved.
her coloboma is very distinct. Yeah, right. I got you on that one, Drift. It is called coloboma. Yes. We call it pupil bleed because a lot of people don't understand what that is and know what that is. So that's what we've always said. I don't know.
That's this. All right, let me pull up this one of Molly's. See if it. Make sure it's saved right.
Heather said she sent you an email and to save it for last.
Okay, just don't let me forget.
Yep.
All right, this is what Molly just sent. Okay. This looks like January 9th of 2008. It says blood found in a car hired by the parents of Madeline McCann weeks after she disappeared. Definitely came from the British girl, a newspaper has reported. Portuguese newspaper, something or other, has cited police sources as saying new tests on blood found in the hire car conclusively showed it was Maddie's. The definitive result of the tests leave no doubts for the policia jurisdiction. The blood found, huh?
Judiciary.
Era. The blood found in the McCann's car is that of Madeline, as well as those samples detected in the flat, the paper said. Kate and Jerry McCann, who are official suspects, deny any involvement in their daughter's disappearance from the family's holiday apartment in Portugal on May 3rd.
Sylvia says, my gut feeling is that it's not her, just my opinion. Karen says, yeah, in the boot they hired after she disappeared. Welcome, Brandy. Good to see you, hon. And not a whole lot, Brandy. Thank you, Heather, for that again. Where are we at here? Move on down. There we go. I didn't either. I didn't think it was her. That the thing with the eye is what's throwing me off because that's a very distinctive thing. And for her to have multiple markings on her body that match the little girls, it's just so weird. Okay. But, you know, maybe it's just that thing. Um, it's weird. Um, were there more of those?
Let's see.
Heather had
Here's
that
a
one.
yeah.
That's the last one, though.
Looks like this is just the whole paper that she got that first one from. Oh, and there was one more, another picture. Oh, this one might need a trigger warning.
Okay, hold on. Trigger warning, folks. Sensitive topics. Feel free to step away if uncomfortable.
What? Why did it say that? Hold on. Oh, that's weird. All right, let me try something else. It didn't like that. Okay, we'll do it that way.
Thank you, Heather. Oh, yeah. Good point.
I was like,
Good point. And that's the thing is, you're right, Drip. This is the third girl to come forward to say that she's Maddie. So all of these things, I don't know the other two girls. I know of them, but I don't know. I didn't like look into them. So, what's up, Life, Love, and True Crime? Good to see you.
hi, hon.
So yeah, I can see that would be traumatizing. The spots in the crime scene are marked with CSI numbers as follows. Spots 1, 2, 3 are on the floor where the tiles were removed. Spots 4 to 13 are on the walls behind where the sofa is. Spots 14 and 15 are on the rear of the sofa. So, see, that shows me something completely different. Each spot first was swabbed with a dry swab, giving an A sample, then with a swab wetted in distilled water, giving a B sample. For example, first spot 9, there are swabs 9A and 9B. Okay, I get it. The FSS report also considered a spot collected on May 4th of 2007 by an earlier forensic analysis team. That spot was on a bed cover of the bed in the room where the 3 children slept in apartment 5A. The bed was the one by the bedroom window, i.e. not Madeline's. A reagent test had given a weak positive result for semen.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't want to know that. So, where do we go?
Towards the top.
Oh, the FSS checked sample database of 282 volunteers against 4 specific spots. The report does not say who these volunteers were, but judging by the results, they were people connected to apartment 5A in some manner, as a match was found for just one person, a previous occupant. Note a test Madeline's DNA will be covered elsewhere. The spots 1, 4, and 9 and 16 have yet to identify where spot 16 was. The match was against spot 9, and this is also matched the stain on the bed cover. The person identified was Charlie Gordon, a boy aged 2 years and 3 months when he was in the apartment together with Father Paul Gordon and Mother Soleil Gordon. They had been in 5A for the week prior to the visit of the McCanns. Soleil Gordon stated that while there, Paul Gordon had cut himself shaving and he bled for a considerable time, but that neither she nor her children had bled. This raises an issue to Eddie and Keela and handler Martin Grime. The options re Paul Gordon bleeding appear to be as follows. Mr. Gordon was so careful in disposing of remnants of blood that the apartment is 100% clean of this. Or perhaps the alert in the parents' wait a minute. The alert in the parents' bedroom by Eddie was to this incident, or perhaps the dogs are less capable than we are led to believe. I doubt that. The fact that the semen stain on the bed cover was found to belong to a very young male child, because the spot to be revised from semen to saliva. Okay. The fact spot 9 was attributed. Hold on. The glasses are driving me. These are the wrong glasses.
You want me to read it? Finish it?
I mean, it's up to you. I wanted to grab my other glasses. If you want to.
The fact that this, I think you read that. The fact spot 9 was attributed to Charlie Gordon is also problematic, much as it would be for Madeline, due to height issues. Using a height chart, the boy should have been about 90 centimeters tall. Standing on the sofa should add around 45 centimeters more, totaling 1 meter 35 centimeters. However, the spot is at around 1 meter 80 to 1 meter 90, so the gap is still around 50 centimeters. The most plausible explanation I have seen to explain this is something was thrown against the wall that had the child's saliva on it. Accurate determination of the cause is not necessary, as the material belonged to Charlie Gordon and not to Madeline McCann. And if Soleil Gordon's testimony is correct, spot 9 does not seem to be blood.
Okay. I'm still kind of confused as to, even if this did belong to Maddie, how it got there. You know what I was saying? Like, if it had belonged to Maddie, how the hell would it have gotten there to begin with? Because it's a weird pattern. Damn it. Didn't Maddie's parents agree to DNA test? Thought it was Julia's parents refusing her one. Yeah, Heather. But I think it was said to me personally from somebody else that they're probably, well, this is how people feel about it. If the parents had something to do with it, that they're gonna be okay with doing the DNA test because they know that that's not her, because it couldn't be. If you know what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, that in turn states that they know what happened to her. Sadly. But they should have DNA from the case to match to her, right? That's my thought.
Right, Molly.
Why haven't they done anything with that?
I mean, like Molly said, she's 21. She can just have a DNA test done herself and have it matched to Maddie's.
Right.
Sample.
That's true too. I know her parents gave her a hard time, but I don't know. I don't know, folks. You tell me what you think.
I don't know what to think. It's crazy.
That's what I said, transporter.
Yep.
Did you have anything else, Mama Bear, picture-wise?
I don't think so, but let me double check.
Was that the last one that Heather wanted to put up?
Looks like Molly's got one more here.
Mm-hmm.
She snuck it in on me. Imagine that.
They're quick. You got to be careful.
I know.
I
Crazy.
agree, Sunshine.
Okay.
I agree with you too on that, Brandy. I think Maddie was gone that night.
Probably, unfortunately.
Poor sweet little thing.
All right. All right. You got that?
Welcome everybody that's in here. It's great to see you guys. Please hit that like button, folks, if you could. Share this out. Leave some comments in the comments afterwards, please. But make sure you share it out and hit that like button, folks. 30 peeps. It's good to see you all.
Yeah. I'd usually feel bad for the parents of the missing girl in situations like this, when people come forward claiming to be the missing child, but I don't feel anything for the McCanns.
Did I just take something down you were reading?
No, I was reading what Drift said. Sorry.
Gotcha. Sorry, I was gonna say. Sunshine, I'm getting a feel on that. Wait, what is that? Can you blow that up?
Yes, I believe so. Let me.
So they're saying that this is her right here.
That better?
Yeah. It does look like her, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The hair looks a little darker though. And this was when? Tuesday, August 5th of 08. I mean, the hair, am I wrong? Does the hair look just a tinge darker?
I think maybe just a tinge.
And it's hard to see the rest of her face, but it does resemble her, like the shape of her face and cheeks. But at 4 years old, I mean, she'd be 4 at that point, right? This is August 5th of 08, and she went missing May of 07, right?
Yeah.
So she would be a year and what?
Let's see. Her birthday's in May.
She'd be 15 months older. I would think this little girl looks smaller. She should be bigger, I would think, right?
I would think. I think it says at the bottom. Doesn't it say it was ruled out later?
Oh, I didn't even look at
underneath the picture.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Read before you speak, Dago. I mean, it does definitely give a resemblance of her. You know, there's I could see it, but like I said, if it definitely, I can see why it would be ruled out. So yeah, I get it. Thank you for that.
All right. And then
Maddie's parents were not. No, Brandy, that's an understatement. It makes me sick. It's just like that woman that stopped at the pizza shop to pick up a pizza, left her car running, and one of her children was kidnapped. Well, the whole car was taken, and then one was found. You guys remember that? That just happened last month. That made me sick. I don't understand the irresponsibility. Just because you want to go have some fun with your friends, when you got a child at home or children at home, it takes precedence, folks. And these two are doctors. They should have known better.
Right.
Especially in
almost all of them were doctors, weren't they?
They all were doctors. I think they were there for that, weren't they? Like a conference or something. They were making it into a holiday.
It might have been. I think so.
There was a what? Drift? A crash? Crash?
Crash?
Crash. It's CRECHE. Looks like crash or crash. Explain, my dear friend.
All right, that didn't save right. So hold on a second.
Yeah, you definitely don't walk away from 2- and 3-year-old children in a foreign country just so you can go drink and eat. Kids get up when they're sleeping, folks, especially 3-year-olds. My son doesn't even get on the bike. Right. I mean, I get it, Brandy. That Caden was not left alone by himself until he was like 14. You know?
Yeah, my kids are 13 and 14, and I have the same scenario. My oldest is 14, and then my twins are a year younger, 13. And I would never, ever do that.
Okay, so he's saying, Drift is saying there was a creche, which is a child minder. Okay, well, where was that person at? If they had somebody minding the children, why did they keep leaving every 30 minutes to go check on the kids?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay. I think
100% sunshine. Even once they turn 18, they're still our kids. We still keep up with them. We still make sure they do things, you know?
All right. Okay, there we go.
This makes me angry. Oh, there's Jerry and Kate. What's on her face?
What's this look like around her neck?
Like she was choked?
Something.
Right there. Right there.
Might be even a little bit there, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I just said in the back there, right below her chain, right over here in the front. And her face. Oh, yeah, I see that. And right here, especially here and here. Okay. Either she was choked or like her shirt was grabbed and like stressed around her neck. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you take out of that? Did anybody ever look into Jerry? Were there ever any kind of violent tendencies or any domestic issues between them?
Heather's hollering. Let's see.
Are you hollering, Heather?
Show the other pictures, please. Read Julia's post on her Facebook. I linked. I'm sending you another email with a new article. Well, I was trying to get through all of Molly's first, Heather. I'm sorry.
What'd she say?
She said, show the other pictures, please. Read Julia's post on her Facebook. I linked. I'm sending you another email with a new article as well.
And you added an emotional sound to that as if that's what she sounded like when she was saying it. Oh, you guys are a riot. I love it. Because that's probably exactly what she sounded like. I love it.
Probably, and I've never heard Heather's voice. So
oh, the damn pictures, Mama Bear. Equals daycare. Okay, I got you. Thanks, Drift. Learn something new every day. And she said, yep, laugh out loud. We took our kid on our anniversary. I've done it too, April. I've taken my kids on a couple. I had 7 kids. We didn't have anniversaries. You don't get them things when you have kids.
Nope.
You don't
even get a honeymoon.
Right. We didn't either, for sure, because she was pregnant with Caden when we got married. So it is what it is.
Yep. I was pregnant with Lorelai.
Shotgun wedding. These parents put the kids in daycare from the day they arrived. Which family does that on a family holiday? See, that's not a family holiday. That's a parental holiday, and you giving your kids off to somebody to babysit. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Do you think they are being blackmailed? That's a good point. I did never think of that one. Good one, Lena. Madeline McCann.
Blackmailed about what? What happened to Maddie, maybe? Or what would be the...
Oh, you mean blackmailed? Is that what you're saying as far as that goes, Lena? Or do you mean that somebody knows what actually happened and now they're being blackmailed? Or do you think that they're being blackmailed by her, with her?
Mm.
I think I said that right, didn't I?
Yeah.
Madeline McCann found DNA test request for woman claiming to be the missing girl. Explained 21-year-old believes she might be the missing girl. Okay, so there's that one. And then there's one that she wants you to read from, or put up to read from what Julie said, I guess. Is that what you said, Heather? Julie's blackmailing the McCanns? Ah, but well, how would she know anything at 20 and 21 years old? Julia blackmailing Freemasons help cover this up. He was in the, or is in the Freemasons.
Oops. Where my email again?
Yeah, I was really busy working my brains out back then, sunshine, so I get it. Easy, it's still in the press. Julia explained her story on Facebook. Read that so everyone understands where she's coming from. Oh, okay. Do we have a copy of something with that, or do we need to go find it real quick?
Julia explained her story on Facebook. Read that so everyone understands where she's coming from. Okay. She says she emailed that to me.
I think so, yeah. If not, I have something I can pull up for it if you need me to. Julia Wendell. That's her last name. Sorry, Julia Wendell, and she's from Poland. So I never had a honeymoon for either one.
Oh, here it is. Okay. I found it.
She said I sent Bear all the links, so she must have just found it.
Yep. I just had to find which email had which link.
You want me to take this one down then?
Yeah.
Maybe taking Maddie is a threat. Oh, could be. I mean, they are both doctors. Lena says I had to step away. Okay.
Hold on a second.
No worries, Lena. Julia Wendell is the, just for, so you know, Lena, Julia Wendell's the girl that's claiming to be Maddie now. She says she's 21 years old, but again, if you were kidnapped as a child and sold into child trafficking for whatever reason, or just kidnapped because somebody wanted a child, I'm sure that documentation had been forged, you know.
What did that say? Hello, what?
Right. But they left them alone to be victims then, yes.
Heather, which Facebook page was it on? Because it's saying it's not available.
Hold on.
Okay.
She just said, I believe.
While you're looking for that, I'll show you a couple. It's on Julia's Facebook page, she said. Hold on, I'm going to show you this real quick. This goes along with what Heather's talking about, but not exactly what she's saying. Okay. All right, this shows some. We saw the eye already. There's a mark on their cheek, okay? And there's something on her leg too, but this is news.com. reporting this, and then I'll give you that real quick here. Hold on. Now, this girl, when she speaks, she's from Poland, folks. She does not speak very good English whatsoever. She tries, but she doesn't accomplish very well.
I don't think that's the right one.
Okay. Hold on, we'll blow this up. I can't see the chat, so if there's anybody that says anything else to tell me.
In her, Julia, respect her privacy. She never said she's Madeline. She just said, I believe.
See, I don't see it. I don't think it's her. One second. Let me see.
So I see something on here on Facebook. It says it was from 5 days ago. It says DNA test called off, will not be provided to the McCanns.
How do you spell her last name? Wadel.
Who? Julia?
Yes, I think that's it.
I don't know how to spell it.
There's that Wendell. Waddell or Wendell. Through the veil. Good to see you. Welcome.
Hi.
There's a very huge possibility that she did make it private because she was probably getting hit left and right. That's definitely not her. Whoa. Put some clothes on.
Ah.
Good Lord. That is not what I was looking for. Definitely not who I was looking for. That's not Maddie. I promise you that much. Good Lord, people. All right, Pamela. Yeah, I can't find it either, Heather. It looks like it was private.
Faustina? Julia Faustina?
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I mean, okay. I thought it was spelled with a W.
Oh, Molly just said it. F-A-U-S.
Oh. Welcome, Samantha. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. 32 lovely people in here, guys. Hit the like button, please. Appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Very much so.
Heather, the one that says Julia Faustina personal blog, it says no posts available.
And the other one is not there anymore. I saw it yesterday, but it's gone now. I don't know why, but damn it. I hate when this happens.
Oh, I see. Julia Faustina Wandelt, Wandelt.
Oh, that's why. 1 second then. Hold on. Okay. How do you spell that other Wandelt?
Uh-huh.
That's not how it was spelled before.
Karen said she removed it.
The post is removed?
It looks like it. I think that's what she's talking about. Karen, are you saying she removed her post?
I don't see it anymore. made her take it down.
Something about, I'm concerned about Julia's online activity with multiple accounts on all social media platforms. Therefore, I kindly request that everyone who thinks it's in her best interest to constantly report and pressure social platforms to restrict her activities and close her accounts as soon as possible.
No. It's like
Her
that. Huh?
online activities stimulated daily by via
Was that one of
not only harms
Is that
herself.
Is that one of her parents? Is that one of her parents that said that? Because I've heard that her parents have been saying that she's mentally ill, and that they don't want her to do these things with the DNA testing. And there's also, I was told that the now this, I don't know how true this is because you guys know how this stuff goes. I read where the biological parents, quote unquote, that she thinks that they are, Kate and Jerry, were threatened by the friends of the family that of her family now, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. Which is why they backed out of the DNA test, is what I was told.
This was posted 9 hours ago by Gabriella Petrie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. I mean, I can read through the whole thing if you want.
How do you spell Petrie?
Petre.
Petrie, okay.
Molly, I'll post it in Discord.
This is Polish. Is this one of her parents?
I don't know. I don't know who her parents are.
I don't either. She looks just like her mom. She's a daughter, a sister, a niece, an aunt. She is her mother's double. Okay, that's what I'm trying to see is her mother.
Mother has the same jaw structure.
Okay. Is that her mother, that Gabriella Petrie? That's not her.
I sent a pic of her and her mom to Bear. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, let me see that. Thank you, Heather. Come on, Bear. Bear.
Right? It's like
Bear.
it's not there yet.
Show the picture. Oh my God. Just kidding.
I'm waiting on it.
What the hell?
What?
The hell is this?
Maybe I'm flogging a dead horse here. Maybe I just want to...
Hold on, Michelle. Calm down. That's new. Guess we're going to be looking into that here relatively soon. Okay. Sorry, guys. Talking to myself. Dark-haired women with glasses. Yep, that's the one I saw. Okay. Thank you, Pamela. Pamela. Don't ask me why I'm doing that. I have no clue. No clue. Pamela. Just like saying Pamela right now.
Heather, did you send it today?
Yesterday.
Huh?
I was joking. I said she sent it yesterday. Pamela has done nothing. I just wanted to say her name 1,300 times for whatever reason.
It's not.
It might be taking some time to get to you. Mine do that too. Damn it.
There it is. I heard it.
You sure?
This 20.
Alright,
Oh my God! Show the picture. Sylvia's yelling now too. You're in demand now, Bear. Burr.
Huh? Alright.
Nothing.
Let me get some of this other stuff off of here. Alright. Now.
Pamela. Right. See, that's what it was, Drift. You got it right there.
No. Alright. Dang it.
Drift, I'm here because of you. Well, thank you, Samantha, for joining us. Thank you, Drift, for bringing Samantha in here.
Alright,
Yeah.
there you go. Can you see that?
No problems, Miss Sylvia.
Oh, if it helps if I click share, you might be able to see it then.
Oh. Yep. Mother-daughter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Look at their nose.
Mm-hmm.
Even the mouth, they're twins. Put glasses on her and that's the same person.
Yeah.
So why does she want this? That's insane. If you put glasses on her, that's the same person. Same nose, same exact smile, same lip curve. The forehead looks to be the same. The nose to the forehead ratio is the same thing. She even has the same smile lines.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes are just a tinge different. Just a tinge. But like if you were to cover the eyes on both of them, you wouldn't know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, like if you put something over top of their eyes together, it looks like the same person, guys. It's weird. It's very weird. They
Wow.
both gray. She has been through a lot and has mental issues. Okay. Let's see something then. Okay. That's pretty crazy. I got you.
Done with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
21-year-old Polish woman is going viral on social media for claiming to be the missing British girl, Madeline McCann. Julia Vandelt has been using social media to try and get in touch with Madeline's parents, Kate and Jerry. She's posting on TikTok and this Instagram page called I Am Madeline McCann, which has grown rapidly to 36,000 followers in the last couple of days. She wants a DNA test to find out if she's the girl who's been missing for 16 years. Julia claims she has a freckle on her leg and a speck in her eye, in the same places as Madeline, and posts pictures of herself next to the McCann family, saying they look alike. Madeline, who disappeared from her holiday apartment in Portugal in 2007 when she was just 3 years old, would be 19 now. Julia says she's 21, but that she feels her age could be wrong. Julia has also shared her traumatic personal history online, telling her followers that she doesn't remember her childhood and that she was the victim of a German paedophile. In one Instagram post, she shared this image, which she says is a sketch of a wanted man in connection to Madeline's disappearance. She also says that
Absolutely,
this man
Samantha.
looks very similar to my abuser.
That's kind of what we're doing right now.
Social media users are weighing in, commenting on whether they think that Julia could be the missing girl. While some point out similarities between the two and support her desire for a DNA test, others are accusing her of using the missing persons case as a bid for fame. A source close to the McCanns told the Mirror that the parents are willing to look at all leads, and that the girl does look similar. There's no disputing that. But Francisco Marco, a private detective who led the hunt for Madeline in the months after her disappearance, has told a Spanish newspaper that Julia's story doesn't add up, and that he doesn't think she's Madeline. Kate and Jerry haven't publicly commented on Julia's claims.
I don't think that is. I mean, like I said, a few minutes ago when I saw the pupil bleed, I thought maybe, but before that I didn't. So obviously this girl has mental health issues, which is sad. That she wants this weird.
Molly
Very
sent me
weird.
some TikToks. Do you want to look at those?
Sure.
Okay.
Look at whatever we got, guys. That's how we do what we do.
Oh, stop. Why do they always start before you want them to? It's so annoying.
Mine always do that. There has to be a birth certificate. I would venture to say, Sunshine, that there should be.
All right. I can't see what's going on, so you'll have to just tell me to hit play or.
Go ahead and hit play.
What?
Okay. Thank you, Molly.
Let's see.
Let me see. I downloaded my stuff last night.
See? Why? Why do they do that?
What happened?
Music playing before I want it to play.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sylvia, that she, in her mind, I think she really strongly believes it. Now, was there something that happened in her childhood, in her home, her current home, that she's trying to run from, or is she just trying to become famous? And she's blowing her real family off for that. She says that the reason why her family is saying these things is because she was kidnapped, and News Hub. Molly said that.
Please give our little girl back.
Madeline's
Okay. Same thing you just said. They always start first when you don't want them to. Drives me nuts.
It's been 16 years since British toddler Madeline McCann disappeared from a hotel room in Portugal while her parents were having dinner just meters away.
Please give our little girl back.
Madeline's parents were criticised for leaving her in an unlocked apartment and even named as suspects. But that theory, along with many others, was later disproved. Many felt the initial investigation.
You know what, Veil? Through the veil, that's what I was saying, and then I saw the pupil bleed today, and it was like, wait a minute. But you're right. The baby photos of McCann show that in the left eye, the iris has a differentiation in the color, and that is something, even as they grow, that doesn't change. It won't change. Okay. And that did not have. That's what I was trying to staring at trying to stare at when I was looking at that is the color, different coloration, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I can't talk ever, but wow. Sorry, let me finish this here, but
Was botched.
This was the investigation because all the samples were contaminated.
Then, what seemed like a significant breakthrough. German police declared pedophile Christian Bruckner as their prime suspect. But 3 years later, he hasn't been charged. And now, a new twist. A Polish woman named Julia Faustina claiming to be Madeline.
I want to prove that I'm real and I'm honest, and I really think that I could be Madeline.
Julia's posted pictures to show their physical similarities, and she's demanding her parents take a DNA test. A fortnight after going public, she has 1 million supporters, and this psychic investigator has taken up her cause.
I want to make sure to bring justice, to her. So that means that there is something for me that raised concern, that I feel that this girl could be Madeline McCann.
no, what she said at first was right. What she's saying is that means there's something for her, meaning she's going to gain something out of this. That's why she's taking her side. Understand that, folks. She's trying to get something out of this. That's pathetic. That kind of makes me mad, to be honest with you. But anyway, sorry, I just had to say that.
It's like something out of the story of Anastasia. The royal teenager was murdered during the Russian Revolution, but the myth that she somehow escaped persists to this day. Over the years, several women have claimed to be Madeline, but all were proven wrong. Polish police have ruled out Julia's claims, and her parents won't provide DNA, saying she's just looking for attention. So will we ever get to the bottom of this tragic cold case?
And that's the only thing that bothers me with this, is that would end all of this, right or wrong. If this is an issue, and she's got emotional issues, mental health issues, so on and so forth. If her parents would just go give their DNA, and Jerry and Kate would give their DNA, and she would give her DNA, it would end all of this, right or wrong. Why is nobody doing it? That's the biggest problem I have with this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. For whatever reason, her parents, as we know them, are fighting against it, saying she's throwing a fit. And the McCann's not giving DNA. That's a whole different scenario too. Like, why would you not? But no, I explained to you what I thought the reason was, because I had been told that they were threatened by friends or people that know Julia's family now, for them that they need to just go away. They need to back off. For whatever reason. So it's starting to kind of turn that corner into some kind of conspiracy weird thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pamela, you said Jerry was out the morning after Maddie disappeared playing tennis, and Kate was jogging the day after. Wow.
Yeah. Where would you be as a parent that just lost their 3-year-old daughter, Mama Bear?
Curled up in a ball, losing my mind, or running all over the place looking for her.
Just like the rest of us parents would be.
Yeah. Not playing tennis.
Not
You're rubbing off on me. Tennis.
What did you say?
I said I wouldn't be playing tennis. You're rubbing off on me.
Definitely shouldn't be playing tennis. Not at all.
Or jogging.
Or jogging. No jogging, no tennis playing. Wow. Guess I'm not the only one. No. Red said oof. You weren't here earlier. I did one just as bad, bro. It's okay.
Well, joining us is a private investigator who's worked on similar cases to this, John Borland. Welcome to the show. Obvious question, should we take this woman seriously?
Absolutely. I think the claim made hasn't been supported by anything other than some media reports and the police that are suggesting that there is no connection, but they haven't provided any evidence or facts that tie that to that outcome. So I think at this stage, it absolutely needs to be taken seriously.
Quite an easy way, you would think, to disprove it. I mean, she actually wants her parents to take a DNA test and the McCanns. What do you make of the fact they've refused?
Yeah, look, throughout my career, I've seen a number of reasons why individuals would decline to undertake a DNA test. The most obvious one that springs to my mind may be because of legal counsel. And there's a number of reasons, legal professionals may tell an individual not to do that. That's just speculation. Obviously, we're again only going by media reports. Another sort of, I guess, speculation is that the individuals just want to opt out of the situation that it is with the claim, so they may not wanting to be add any sort of fuel to the fire.
Here's an easy solution. Why don't we just get this one?
Transporter says bullshit. No, they were not. See, I had heard that too. There's a lot of fake news out there. It's hard to know what's real, what's not. You know what I mean? Depending on where it comes from. But that was put out there that they were. She was jogging. He was playing tennis.
Tennis
with a T. So I can believe either side of it, Transporter. But I would find it hard to believe that any parent would be doing that, because even if, here's my thought on that, okay? Even if they were responsible for something, that would look really bad. So if you're trying to cover something up, you're not going to do something like that if you don't want to look really bad, right or wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't understand what the fight over the DNA thing is all about. Why? If you look at it from this way, okay, if Julia's parents don't want to do it, that could incriminate them bad, okay? But if you look at it, from the other side, the McCanns not wanting to do it can incriminate them. So why isn't either side doing it then? Is there something to incriminate? That's not giving anybody any choice but that to think that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, what other reason would there be?
Especially Rich says giving her a DNA test would be playing to her mental health issues.
To an extent, yes, but at the same time, it would shut it all down.
Right.
And she would have nothing else to go with, Drift. You know what I'm saying?
She'd find a new obsession.
Well, and then that would prove there's something definitely wrong, okay? Right. So if you shut that door and she can no longer play into that anymore, then she's going to go somewhere else and do something, and that's going to be where you have to step in as a parent and go, okay, now it's time to put you somewhere where you can get the right kind of help.
Right.
Because you can't, obviously, doing stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the thing. If your daughter came to you demanding a DNA test because she thought she was related to a royal, would you give her a DNA?
Yep.
Yeah, I would. I would do it just to shut it down. End of story. You want a DNA test? Fine. Did you hurt my feelings? Yeah, you did. And you know what? When you read that DNA test and it shows that you were wrong, you're going to be the one that deals with what you did to me and to yourself.
Yep.
That's at 21 years old. You want to play that game, you're going to deal with the consequences. That's how I feel about that. I absolutely would give the DNA test. Mm-hmm. And on the other side of things, I would do it for that reason too. I'll be honest with you.
And the third point of that is she's 21. She doesn't have to come to you anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Which is what I don't understand that.
Yeah.
And you would find out she was a royal, right? And then I would just move on with my pathetic life, knowing I'm not royal, and that's the end of it. So, there are waterways there that would be my place to look if they are acting that strange. Huh? There are water. What are you referencing through the veil?
I think just when they were searching for Maddie, the waterways would be.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Yeah, I got it. Sylvia says, I play tennis. Just saying. With a T. But back to the matter of hand, DNA test needs to happen. I agree. Oh yeah, Jerry was playing tennis the next day. Would have been worldwide news. Come on, I was kind of thinking like if they would have. That's a good point, Transporter. I mean, if they would have been out doing those things, they'd have been plastered all over everything because there was media all over the place, guys. There really was. And the media, I could just see it right now on the front page of the Inquirer, like, great parents, huh? You know what I mean? Or something like that. And law enforcement would have been looking at them kind of funky too, kind of like, what are you doing? Why aren't you looking for your child? Yeah, I got you. Find out she was royal. How did I give it to the royal? I must be royal. Okay. Bright sunshine,
Yes,
right?
Pamela. Maddie would be 19. Yes.
And that's the thing. This girl is 21, according to, she's saying that she was she was lied to, basically.
All right. Molly wants me to do this other TikTok.
Okay. Fine, Molly. Have it your way. Whatever you want. Got to keep you guys happy. So I can be happy. I think I could be Madeline McCann.
Right. You ready? There it goes.
And you know what? I realized that I know that she's not my mother, but I still love her. And she told me about the hospital, but I'm crazy that I have 5 minutes to relate it. But I still love her. I grew up with her. I don't know who I am. I don't know. Maybe I am not Maddie. Maya. I just feel really bad because I love her and my dad too. And I'm not a liar. I tell the truth. I tell what I know, what I think. And that's all. That's all. No, I'm not trying to get attention. Even if I'm not Maddie, I could be another girl maybe, but I believe that I'm Maddie. And I believe that my parents are not my parents. You say something like that. Why there is so much hate?
That was sad, Molly. I agree. I think she is Maddie.
I want to know what has gone on in her life that makes her feel this way and want to feel this way. How did you send it, Pamela?
Did you send an email, Pamela? Oh, David, calm yourself.
What she said. She's the boss.
Pamela said via Twitter.
Okay, hold on. Uno momento. Our reporter Martin Fricker at the house where suspect Christian Breckner lived. Kate and Jerry McCann jogged near suspect's house daily after Madeline went missing. Exclusive prime suspect Christian Breckner lived in farmhouse near where Maddie disappeared and prayed to Duluth, Portugal, with his girlfriend. Reportedly said there with him until okay. That's from the mirror. I can't pull it up on the computer, but maybe I can show it to you if I can hold my damn hand still. They did do that, but is there proof that they did it the day after she went missing, Pamela? I think that's what the issue was. They jog past suspect's house daily after Madeline. It doesn't say exactly the day after, though. Which he wasn't brought up as the suspect till when did he end up being the suspect? Madeline McCann's parents released a statement after their man-made official suspect. I'd like to see what that says. Hold on a minute.
Madeline McCann case for
This article I just found says German prisoner was first named in connection with the unsolved mystery that summer and officially named as a suspect last year.
Right. I heard about the tennis and the jogging too. I just, like I said, there was no way to prove whether it was true, but things get said all the time. That's why I said, yeah, I had heard that. So, Portuguese police had them as suspects from day one. When the British cops went over and did things change for the McCann. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see this real quick.
3 years or more, but now it's official. Christian B is suspected of abducting and killing Madeline. German prosecutors are leading the investigation, but haven't charged him. The British girl was 3 when she vanished from the family's holiday apartment in Portugal in 2007, 15 years ago. This week, the suspect had visitors to the German prison where he's serving a rape sentence. He was told that Portuguese prosecutors had made him an arguido, a formal suspect. He was questioned for the first time, but refused to answer. Why now? Well, in Portugal, there's a statute of limitations of 15 years on prosecuting serious crimes. The authorities there may want their own trial.
In my opinion, this isn't just procedural. I don't accept that, this is them ticking a box to keep the door open. Given what I know about the approach of the Portuguese authorities on this case and the seriousness with which it's now taken, I am sure they've made a judgment, and I hope that this opens the door for them to apply for extradition.
There have been other arguidos, notably Madeline's parents, Kate and Jerry, later ruled out as suspects.
No charges have been brought against them. The investigation continues.
And Robert Murat, who lived near the McCann apartment. He too was cleared of all suspicion. Christian B's lawyer played down the development. He said this move by the Portuguese authorities should not be overstated. I assume this step will interrupt the statute of limitations. It is not a charge, and it may well be that the status is revoked.
They perhaps have themselves found some significant new evidence that may bolster the case against Christian B, and it may be that they want to work cooperatively with the Germans to now move forward on this.
Christian B says he's innocent and is expected to claim he was elsewhere on the night Madeline McCann vanished.
I will, dear. Don't worry.
Sky News.
Well, there has been some reaction from Madeline's parents this evening. Kate and Jerry McCann have welcomed the latest news, saying it does reflect progress in the investigation. They also said, "We are kept informed of developments by the Metropolitan Police. It is important to note the Arguido has not yet been charged with any specific crime related to Madeline's disappearance. Even though the possibility may be slim, we have not given up hope that Madeline is still alive and we will be reunited with her."
I don't know. Pamela said she sent you an email, Mama Bear.
Oh.
Thank you, Pamela. 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 Again, don't ask me what the hell's wrong with me today.
I don't have it just yet, but
Cuddle cat that she washed. What are you saying, transporter? DC, I hope you have a great day, hon. Be safe. Don't worry, my finger will stay where it belongs. Thank you, Miss Heather. Appreciate you. They're all from 10 months ago. They say, don't say that name out loud, folks. Don't say that name out loud that just popped into the chat. I almost fell for that last night. Stupid people.
nothing yet.
You didn't get the email yet?
Uh-uh.
You sure she had the right email address? Because that should have came through a long time ago.
Yeah.
Did you send it to me or her? Check. No, it wasn't me.
I heard the beep. Hold on. Oh, nope, that was this.
There's a big one. Yeah, I'm looking right now, Miss Pamela. Did you find it?
Not yet.
I didn't get it either. I'm almost wondering if we should just get one email and we're both work out of that.
Do what?
I said, I wondered if we should set up a whole new email and just make one big email and we can all work out of that.
Yeah, that might work.
Probably be a good idea, to be honest with you. I understand, Pam. Don't worry about it. I don't have it over here. Are you looking under? It would have showed up new. Oh, yeah.
True crime with Diego. Look on messages then. Good Lord, y'all been busy on Discord.
I don't see it in any of my stuff.
I don't either. And I just went through yesterday or this morning and cleared out a whole bunch of emails, so I'd be able to find it real easily. So
I need to do that too. So. Oh, excuse me. It didn't go through, Pamela. Did you look under? What name did you type in a name to look under too, by chance?
do what?
Did you type a name into your email, the seek bar, or you know what I mean, the search bar, to see if it pulled anything up that way?
Oh no, I didn't think.
Wait a minute. Okay, I got something here. In an allegation likely to infuriate the McCanns, a waiter at the Ocean Club Resort. I'm reading from this. You can see it. There we go. In Prey de la said Jerry and Kate were very cool after she vanished and seemed less upset than their friends. The waiter said what we found really strange was Jerry, the days after the little girl disappeared, calmly playing tennis. He played with an old couple from England. Okay. This was a waiter that they interviewed from the Ocean Club that they were staying at. I thought everybody else in the group seemed more upset and stressed and bothered than the parents. They were so cool about it. I never saw them cry or anything. They played tennis and went jogging. They didn't seem too distraught. I'm sorry. They didn't seem as distraught as their friends. If my kid disappeared, I'd go insane. I wouldn't be able to function. They'd have to lock me away. A 24-year-old phone line manned by private detectives and the claims come as the McCanns launched a new 24-hour phone line. That didn't make sense. Manned by private detectives in a fresh bid to find their daughter. Portuguese police have given Jerry and Kate their full backing in setting up the confidential number, according to the couple spokesman, Clarence Mitchell. It's also been reported Madeline's hair and body fluids. Madeline's hair and body fluids were found in the apartment of the first official suspect in their disappearance, Robert Murat. Portuguese newspaper 24 Hours said detectives she was in his apartment at some stage, but are not sure if she was dead or alive. Ugh. That's not cool. Poor little thing. That's interesting. Robert Murat. Do we have anything on him?
That I know of. Molly sent me something that says there was blood evidence found in the McCann's rental car a car they hired after Madeline's disappearance. Cadaver dogs alerted twice in the Holiday apartment, in her parents' bedroom, and near the back patio entrance. They alerted again on Kate McCann's clothes and on one of Madeline's toys, a toy that Kate was carrying around after her daughter had already disappeared.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cute shirt.
Sure. Gotcha. The definitive results of the test leave no doubts for the police judiciary. The blood found in McCann's car is that of Madeline, as well as those samples detected in the flat. Okay. I mean, come on, folks. So then something happened, and they got rid of the body. That's all I can think of, but I'm trying to figure out what could have happened that would have provided blood. She either fell.
It's a 3-year-old. It could be so many things.
Right, that's my thought. Like she either fell. Do we have any reports of Jerry being violent ever? That I've not seen anything.
What was the name you just said a minute ago?
Robert Murat.
Murat.
Murat. And then there was also blood and stuff found on Kate's clothes. So maybe. Shit, I don't know. I knew it was going to happen when we got into this one.
They have said the presence of Madeline's blood in the car is impossible because it was hired almost 4 weeks after she vanished, as the couple dined with friends.
What about the blood that's on her clothes?
No. I mean, being that it's her mom, it could have been something that happened earlier in the day.
She had a bloody nose or skin knee or something, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a parent to a child, and children get blood on them.
And let me tell you, when you have a 3-year-old and 2-year-old twins,
like they said,
you know as well as I do.
Blood found in a car hired by the parents after just reported to a Portuguese newspaper saying that tests on blood found in the car. Yeah, okay. The blood found in the car was samples are taken in the flat. Okay. They have said that Madeline's blood of it. Yeah. So okay. I don't know where to go with this, guys. I mean, I don't know which side to jump on. Seriously.
And we'll have to do some more digging, and then.
I mean, I would like to believe you're absolutely right, by the way, but I would like to believe that the parents had nothing to do with this. But at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of. I guess we're gonna have to dig. So we got 2 diggers now.
Yep.
I have a feeling we'd find more with this one than with Ellen's case, though.
Probably.
Pamela said, I believe something about him being abrupt with patients, which he pushed the dogs around the flat and the car. And let's not forget the dog handler was told to shut his mouth when he got back to UK. They were trying to make the McCanns break, and it did not work. Okay. So I'm taking it based on what you're saying, Transporter, is that you feel that the McCanns had nothing to do with this, right? And I don't know which direction to go with it. I don't know if it's this Christian Hogo, whatever his name was. Brickner, thank you. Or if the McCanns know what happened. Now, that is true, and I do remember seeing that, and I watched some of those yesterday. She is right about that they were emotionless, like androids, when they gave their interviews. Oh, wait a minute. I see. He pushed the dogs around the flat and the car. And let's not forget the dog handler was told to shut his mouth when he got back to the UK. They were trying to make the McCann's break and did not work. Okay. McCann gave so many reasons, you know, at all. Maybe drowsy. Okay. All right. So what I'm gathering then is that Pamela feels that the McCanns may be involved. Transporter feels the opposite. And this is where we do this, guys. We can do this and we can disagree without getting upset with each other. I just want to make sure that we know that, because this is how we do this. This is where
what makes our think tank awesome.
Yeah, this is how we do it. This is how it starts, and this is how we get into what we do. I wouldn't say that the dogs are useless, but he's saying that he just pushed the dogs through like it was nothing. You know what I mean? That they didn't, you know. We're before anybody, I don't want anybody to get upset with anybody else, you know, what you guys think. We're gonna look more into it, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there are some things that I'm not comfortable with. There's some things that I'm sure Mama Bear's not comfortable with. Obviously, some of you guys are uncomfortable with things. We're going to look into it. We're going to flip some other things over and see what's underneath and, you know, all that fun stuff. Maybe drowsy if Drew... What? Oh, maybe drowsy if drugged and fell. I certainly hope not, obviously. But, again, yeah, I agree with you, Sylvia. How about a 1 for parents responsible, 2 for a third party? Well, we're going to do a poll, folks. We'll do that. And then we will move on to a different thing with it. But I knew we were going to get heavy with this because it's one of them types of cases, you know. Now, the thing that this case has that most cases don't is now we have somebody that has come forward claiming to be this person. That throws a bit of a wrench into it. I don't think it's her, me personally, but that's my opinion. I could be wrong. But, you know, it's coming out all over the place that she's got mental health issues and this and that and everything else. So, again, I personally don't think it's her. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I showed you guys this. Or did I? All right, let's see here. We'll do a couple ones then. Fix that. To Jerry and not her name ain't Kate. I can't spell to save my life today. Jerry and Kate know what happened to Maddie. Pure and simple, flat out. And it's up. Go for it, folks. You'd have to call the doctor to sedate me if my daughter... I agree, Drift. And after 15 years, I'd probably been locked away somewhere, I'll be honest with you. I would have went insane. I'm running more than one, Red. It doesn't allow me to do that. These are yes and no polls. It's okay, Kiki. The emotionless interviews, I get that. You know what I mean? maybe they were in shock, but hold on a minute. Let me see something here. Yeah, no, I got you, Red. I understand completely. All right, guys, let's see what this shows. See what you guys think real quick. Can you see the chat, Mama Bear? You're muted.
Sorry. What's up?
Can you see the chat okay?
Yeah.
Okay, watch that for me because I can't see it when it's blown up like this, okay?
Okay.
Just in case somebody says something we have to see.
Kate and Jerry, thank you for joining us on Sky News. Over the past 100 days, you've conducted a phenomenal awareness campaign, which has led to various possible sightings, which have later been dismissed. Just take us through the emotional experience you go through from the moment that someone says, I'm definite that I've seen Madeline, to when it's discounted.
I mean, the main thing for us is knowing if the sighting is credible or not, really. To be honest, we don't go through that emotional roller coaster with regards to the sightings. The only thing that we'll be happy for is when we know it's definitely Madeline, but we don't go through the ups and downs of that. I mean, the reassuring thing for us is that it implies that people are still looking for Madeline, and that's really important and encouraging.
I think it's self-protection, really, that if you were up and down like that all the time, you just wouldn't be able to function. So it comes back, as Kate says, to the credibility.
That's been a tough week for you. The Portuguese press in particular seem to be conducting what could be described as a smear campaign against you and attempting to put the blame of Madeline's disappearance on you. Where are they getting this information from, and how do you react to it?
We don't read Portuguese, so I think that's the first thing to say, that we haven't read the accounts firsthand. There does seem to be a consistency this week and claims from police sources, but to be perfectly frank, we don't know how much of that is true and how much of it's speculation. What we do know is that speculation certainly doesn't help us. We know a number of the facts, and I have not seen any evidence or know of any direct evidence to have changed our viewpoint to what we've held for the last 100 days. And we've said all along, and everything we've done during the last 100 days is focused on the belief that Madeline was alive when she was abducted. And certainly we were encouraged in that respect. And everything we've done is to increase the chances of her being returned.
Why'd you say that?
No, Amanda, I mean, we've been through and are going through that much pain.
Wait.
Certainly.
Why did he say that?
Why did he say? I didn't catch it.
Oh, listen to this again and tell me what you catch when he says this. That was kind of weird to me.
Okay, then I gotta go. I just realized it's after 2:30.
Okay, that's fine.
The belief that Madeline was alive when she was abducted. And
that right there. If he believes that they were, okay, if it's believed that she was taken from that apartment when they were at dinner, why would you say that they believe that she was alive when she was taken? That doesn't make that's weird.
Yeah. Huh.
Why wouldn't she be alive if she was abducted? Why would they abduct a dead child?
Right.
That's off. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, I gotta go. Bye.
Thank you, Mama Bear. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so you guys obviously heard that as well. Emotional, I think they might be they could be, that could be shock, okay? But that comment, that doesn't, I don't know, guys. That bugs me. I'm gonna do that one more time.
Everything we've done during the last 100 days is focused on the belief that Madeline was alive when she was abducted.
What does that mean? That doesn't make sense to me. Does anybody else think that that's off or weird? I think he just means they are hoping the individual who didn't alive her there on that. But what would be, why, who would take the time to do that and then take her? Okay, that's like a double standard, Brad. If you get what I'm saying, like if for whatever reason they wanted to unalive her, then they would just do it and leave her there and go. Why would you do it and take her with you? That doesn't, I'm sorry, but I can't ride with that, folks. That doesn't make no sense to me. That sounds weird.
And certainly we were encouraged in that respect. And everything we've done is to increase the chances of her being returned.
No, Amanda, I mean, we've been through and are going through that much pain with not having Madeline with us, that anything that's written or said really is just a minor.
I get what you're saying, Drift, but my point is okay, here's the thing. I'm trying to think of a way to say this so that it comes off sounding the way I heard it, okay? If he was going to unalive the child, why would he just take her and go do it somewhere else and not worry, take the chance of getting caught there doing that, or not do it at all, if you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's very weird. I'm sorry, but that's just it seems like a very odd thing to say.
Hurdle in comparison, and we'll ride through it. We still strongly want to do what we believe is the right thing to do, what's the right thing for Madeline, what's the right thing for us, and at the minute that is to stay. And we're not going to be bullied into going home,
We've witnessed
I definitely feel that, Sunshine.
In Luge, but there is out there criticism, not least from your hometown, the website for the local newspaper, the comments page, a barrage of comments that were described as spiteful, of defamatory. Were you surprised by that? And how did you feel about it?
Like, again, I haven't actually read the comments, and I have no idea who's written them. We've used the internet to try and raise Madeline's awareness. I don't know who the people are or what they've specifically written, other than the broad terms that you've got.
Oh, what the motives are, because anything written like that is really unhelpful.
And then, whatever anyone thinks.
You see what I'm saying, Sylvia? It just seems like a really odd thing to say.
Ultimately, our only focus is trying to find Madeline. And, there's an innocent child missing. That's, what anyone thinks, that's the key.
And I don't see that much emotion either, Red. That's the other thing. Like, again, it could be that they're in shock. Okay, I'll give that to them. She definitely doesn't seem to have any kind of emotion. He's talking, but there's no tears. There's no, like, they're holding hands. I'll give him that. I would expect her to be kind of leaning on him, crying a lot, and even him possibly doing it when he's talking about her. When he brings Madeline up and he says her name, which is a reminder of her and who she is in his mind, that should set a trigger off on him and the mother personally. They're just kind of stoned, Wait, what? What are you talking about? That I don't know anything about that.
Key thing, Madeline is missing, and we're just doing our absolute best to maximise the chances of her being found.
And anything negative that's written, we've had thousands to counteract that, Amanda. I mean, you've probably heard, but we've had that much support from people. I don't think we can say thank you enough, really, and that's been so important. And that is the main thing, really, that far outweighs anything negative.
Luge itself, a very relaxed, safe feeling resort, and obviously you felt relaxed and safe enough to leave the children to sleep while you went and ate within the complex. Is that something that you've done on other nights? Is it something you were getting a feeling other holiday makers were doing?
Can't really comment about, it's well known that we were dining at the tapas bar.
He doesn't want to comment because that would make them look bad. I get that, and they are wrong for what they did in that aspect 100%, guys. I'm not going to go back on that. You don't want to think about that, let alone pen it for a book. I don't know what was said, so I don't know what to say about that. They seem kind of scripted, right, Sylvia? It seems like, this is something that was gone through, they practiced it or something. At least what he's saying. August 10th of 2007. So it's almost 4 months later. Yeah. No, okay. It's like that. I'll have somebody find it and we'll just I get what you're saying. I don't blame you either. If it's that bad, damn.
50 yards away, and can't comment too much in terms of our patterns and our routines, given the fact that that's subject to the investigation. But
I've said before, we both said, if we'd had to think for 1 second that this was taking a risk, it wouldn't have happened. So, I think that says how safe we felt,
it was incredibly quiet, family orientated, incredibly close, and we did feel incredibly safe here.
And judging on the letters that I've had, I've had so many supportive letters from families, from other mothers, and they've said, Kate, we've done that, we do that, who'd have ever thought that something as horrible as that would happen,
It's incredibly rare what's happened to us, but I think, with the way we've...
Thank you, Heather. That's correct, folks. Anybody wants to give a call in to share your thoughts, feelings, theories, opinions, anything, please feel free, especially on this one. This one, there's a lot of opinions that are rolling around on this, guys. I'll be honest with you. Hold on. Let me flip this out. There we go. Thoughts, theories, opinions, questions, anything, guys. The number is 234-703-4047. Feel free to give us a call. I'd love to hear from you. I really would.
Talked about it before. It felt very similar to dining in your garden. And I know that, have you ever left a child unattended for any length?
No, I haven't. That's just me, though. Let's see what this one's like. This is years later. Okay. All right, Molly, one moment, hon.
This was Kate and Jerry McCann, 10 days after their daughter Madeline vanished on the family holiday. Now those days have turned into 10 years, and the couple still have no idea what happened to Madeline.
You don't realise how strong you are until you have no option, and I think that's very true. Obviously, massive events like this cause a lot of reaction, a lot of trauma and upset, but ultimately you have to keep going, and especially when you've got other children involved.
I think before Madeline was taken, we felt we'd managed to achieve a little perfect nuclear family of 5. And we had that for a short period, and I suppose it was just almost the same way as if your child becomes ill or seriously ill or has died, like many other families have suffered, then your vision is altered, and you have to adapt. And you adapt, and you have a new normality. And unfortunately for us, our new normality at the minute is a family of 4.
Madeline was nearly 4 years old when she vanished from the family's holiday apartment in Portugal. 2 Portuguese police investigations have found no proof of her fate, nor has Scotland Yard, which...
Again, the interview seems kind of, maybe that's just the way they talk, you know. Well, there was something I wanted, but I can't think what the hell it was again. That Robert Murtaugh guy, I wanted to look up stuff on him. Is that how you say it, Murtaugh? There was something else that I had brought up too, and I can't think right now. Oh, I wanted it to be known what was said in this book. I don't want you guys searching it because I don't want you guys to get your computers compromised. But if it was that damn bad, oh, so these are the cadaver dags. Dag. Here, daggy. Right. I can kind of agree with that a bit, Sylvia. I can imagine after what you said, Drift. And this is something that her mother said? That doesn't make sense. Thank you for that, Molly. One moment.
And the ludicrous thing is, what's been purported from Portugal is that Madeline died in the apartment by an accident and we hid her body. Well, when did she have the accident and died? Because the only time she was left unattended was when we were at dinner. So if she died then, how could we have disposed or hidden her body?
So we have
the speculation about this bag being a canvas bag or a kit bag. And this terminology is used to describe a bag that could have been used to take Madeline's body away from the apartment, so that Jerry McCann was not seen carrying a blonde child away from the scene of the crime. But it doesn't really matter particularly what the terminology is, whether it's a suitcase or whether it's a kit bag or a canvas bag or a tennis bag. The question is, could that bag be used to conceal a body?
Yeah, a small one. Definitely. Most definitely.
So the detectives appear to believe there is a bag being used which is not in this picture. Now, there is a reason they believe there is a bag, and there is a clue in this photograph. That clue is the clothing on the shelf. So we'll see what Jerry McCann has to say about that clothing. When asked about the contents of the wardrobe in his room that can be seen in the photographs, he says that on top is a suitcase and below a pile of dirty clothes that he cannot make out. This wardrobe was opened to look for Madeline. So the likely detective theory is that the dirty clothing was in a bag and the clothing was removed to the shelf and the bag used to conceal the body of Madeline. After all, who puts dirty clothing exposed on a cupboard? No one does this. So there must be a reason why those dirty clothes are there. The bag is then taken to the garden and put down. I'm going to have a look at what Kate McCann says about that cupboard in that bedroom.
And I just, I ran to the window and I have no idea what I thought I was going to find, but ran to the window and then I just whizzed around the house flat for the 10, 15 seconds. And again, I knew she'd been taken, but I just thought, just in case she's, I don't know, cowering in a cupboard or something.
So we've seen that she says she just went round, and obviously she went to see if Madeline had gone into their bedroom. So obviously if she's looking through the cupboard, she's going to look through that cupboard in her own bedroom. Let's see what she says when asked by the Portuguese police. She was asked if she looked inside the cupboard of the couple's bedroom. She said no in response. The picture, which has been painted, is of one episode which includes Jerry McCann in apartment 5A at 10 p.m. when the alarm was raised. However, the evidence shows us two distinct episodes in which Jerry is missing from the early episode and he reappears for the second episode. The night, therefore, has two time frames. The top half is Jerry McCann taking the body of Madeline to the beach at 9:45 p.m. and the bottom half is his return at 10:30 p.m. So we'll see this emphasis on the division of the evening in a piece of evidence from Matthew Oldfield. In 2008, Leicester Police Station, Detective 4078, you didn't really go into the McCann's apartment after that. You saw Jerry and Kate on the sofa and they were engaged with the police at that stage. Oldfield replies, yeah, they were obviously later in the... What he's saying here, trying to say is, yeah, they were obviously later in the evening. It's important to see that the references to Kate and Jerry McCann on the sofa is pertaining to a particular part of the evening where the police were present when the McCanns moved out of their apartment to another apartment and were sitting on the sofa and the police were present. And the earliest arrival of the police for the purpose of speaking to the McCanns was, in fact, 11 o'clock. We also know that Rachel Oldfield gave evidence that she conducted a search with Jerry McCann around 10:30. Now, we know from the evidence that we've seen in the previous video that the alarm was not raised at 10 o'clock, but at 9:30. So that in fact means that since Jerry McCann was seen by the Smith family just before 10, that there is a 30-minute window of opportunity, which goes from 10 o'clock to 10:30. These two search areas here, the one under the hill, is in fact just adjacent to the road where the Smiths saw Jerry McCann. And that hill is a large area, very large area of dense vegetation, trees, shrubbery, and potholes, and it was extensively searched, but not on that night and not extensively searched the next day. So he has 30 minutes to dispose of the body here, and you can put it the body under a bush or in a hole somewhere in the ground. And there are hundreds of wells in the area. So we can see that, given that it takes him about 6 minutes to get down, and then when he goes back, obviously on his own, he's a seasoned runner, and he is likely to run back. So he has half an hour, which is plenty of time, to go into that area, to conceal the body, and then to run back to the apartment to be there for 10:30. So concealing the body and running back, 30 minutes, plenty of time to do that.
I don't know, folks.
Jerry McCann is seen by the Smith family crossing Rua 25 Diablo on his way down to the beach. Now, you can go to one side of the beach.
Welcome, Christy.
And we can see that indicated here by the blue dots. And that will take him 3 minutes. If he decides to go the other way, that will take him 4 minutes. So let's have a look at the timing here. You can see that he was seen by the Smiths about 9:50, and we've just seen that point A to point B is 4 minutes, or round that to 5 minutes. Say that he gets there at 9:55. So he now takes 30 minutes, or he has 30 minutes to conceal the body, and then, given that the walk back is 10 minutes, he will run that, and he can do that in 5 minutes. That demonstrates the possibility of the concealment of the body taking that time frame. So we're looking at around 30 minutes. So all we have to do is to see where Jerry McCann was in that 30 minutes, whether there was 30 minutes where he was not accountable in terms of the evidence. And if we can show that he's not accounted for in terms of the evidence, then he doesn't have an alibi. So we're going to look at that, but before we do so, we'll just have a look at a video of that area now.
Prior Delouche woke up this morning to discover that a large area of wasteland in the centre of the village is now the latest focus in the search for Madeline McCann. This scrubland, which is mainly used by dog walkers, is about 10 minutes walk from the apartment where Madeline was staying with her family in May 2007, the last time she was seen alive. During the morning, more equipment and forensic teams have been arriving here, very close to the Algarve coast. Exactly why this site has been chosen for the search is unclear, but detectives from Scotland Yard.
All right, guys, I'm going to bring that down for now. We're going to probably pick back up on this tomorrow. I got some stuff I got to handle, but a lot going with it. So we're going to keep rolling, keep digging, keep looking, see what we can come up with, folks. I appreciate and respect everybody's thoughts and theories in here, guys. They all matter. They all count. They're all important. Whether we disagree on different things, that's fine, guys. But at the end of the day, at the end of the stream, and at the end of the case, we're all still family and friends, guys. And that's what matters. And I appreciate and respect that from all you guys. If somebody can come up with what was written in that book, I don't know. If you want to send it to me, just type it out or something. I'm kind of curious because it's going to give more insight, I think, in my opinion, into some things. So, but again, thank you guys all for joining us today. There's a lot to this, obviously, as I knew there would be. Thank you, Heather. Moderators, great job. Mama Bear, thank you for joining me today. I sent all you guys amazing. I see that you guys have the right mental timeline for this, I guess you could say, to go along with this, guys. And I think we can figure something out on this, folks. Once we get our think tank rolling and we get some pieces and parts to throw in there, it is what it is, guys. We do really good with that, every one of us. So I appreciate you guys, every one of you guys, so very much, as does Mama Bear. Miss Heather brought this case back up to us again. Here we go. I'm down for it. I really am. I hope you guys were into this today. I know I was. Thank you, Mrs. M. And I'm looking forward to the next step we take with it. So stick with it, guys. I will see you guys again Thursday night. Well, I'll be here tomorrow, but I'm just letting you know, as far as the nighttime streams go, Thursday night, we will be here, and I'm covering the true story behind the movie Veronica. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Please do. It's a crazy movie. Besides that, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Absolutely, Sylvia. Thanks for wanting to be here, guys. And again, if you know of anybody that would want to join us in here to go through this, folks, throughout your social media platforms, whatever, bring them on in. We got plenty of room for fam. Guys, don't forget to love yourselves, to love each other, and do not change a thing about yourselves, because you are the beautiful people. I do love each and every one of you guys to pieces, folks. And I appreciate everything you do for my channel. The moderators do. You guys are amazing people, folks. So have a great, great rest of your day, and I will see you all so very soon. Bye-bye.